was in the biggest army the world has ever seen. We were marching as one on the road to the Holy Grail.
In a game dominated by superstars, in a world which fates champions, men like Tarkan Lockyer can be lost. But at his club, surrounded by his people, his value is lost on no one.
Lockyer, snap, goal! Just what the Magpies needed.
So tonight, when he puts all the pain, all the hardship, all the long, lonely hours behind him, and runs out in the colours he loves so very much, the champions will stand aside. The superstars will bow their heads. For tonight is about a quiet man's road to recovery and how his triumph over adversity might light the fire beneath an entire team.
Hello and welcome to Telstra Dome for this round 10 battle between the Kangaroos and Collingwood. The Roos trying to force their way back into the top 8 while the Pies are trying to get themselves off the bottom of the ladder. They're getting some big names back tonight, Robert Walls, which is great to see. I think they can win.
Oh, look, I do too, Stephen. I think Magpies are a real chance tonight. Good to see Tarkan Lockyer back. He's been out for over 12 months. Josh Fraser and Scott Burns, who's such an experienced senior player, they will be terrific for the Magpies tonight.
Now, the little things count in football. You notice something in the warm-up?
Well, just a small thing, but in the warm-up, you would have seen that Collingwood used the yellow footballs, and of course will use a yellow football tonight in the game. Kangaroos, on the other hand, they had the old red leather balls. Makes me think the Magpies have got a few more dollars in the bank.
Well, the Magpies making their way out to, as you said, great to see Tarkan Lockyer. It's been a huge journey the last 12 months or so.
Well, look, they regard him so highly. He's been vice-captain of this team. He's very young, but it'll be interesting to see how much game time he gets. I imagine it'll only be around about 50%.
Well, there's a big change to the Channel 10 team tonight. It's Malthouse out sick. In comes Silvani, and he's with the Collingwood coach.
Well, Mick, a huge game for the club, but also Tarkan Lockyer.
Steve, it's a huge game for both clubs in many respects. We're not going to write off. I knew the club, win or lose tonight, is going to say we're definitely going to make the 8, or lose, or you'll not make the 8. But the ramifications are quite severe, as we know, particularly in our position with 2 wins. So it is a huge game. For Tarkan, it's a fantastic result of a player who never accepted that he wouldn't play. Now, we know that it's quite common for players to come back from an ACL tear, but on top of that, he broke a bone. His foot had a screw in it. His first game this year, he ran and snapped that against it and had another screw put back in it. And through sheer perseverance, we find him in the senior side. It's a fantastic build-up for our boys. And on a personal note, I just love to see him play well.
The flexibility, you've lacked a bit in the midfield and also up forward. You get Fraser and Burns back tonight. That gives you a bit more bite.
Yeah, well, not both those players are sat on the bench, but they do. Josh can play in any role, and this week we'd like to see him play as a ruck rover, in fact, with Guy Richards the way he's playing. And he can kick a goal, and of course Burns is one of our harder players in the middle, so he'll add a bit of bite to us up there.
Good luck, Mick. Thanks, Luke.
The Kangaroos make their way out. Interesting, the asset's been well and truly put on Corey McKernan by the skipper, no less.
Well, that happened after Thursday night's training. I think it's fantastic. Adam Simpson, the captain, mild-mannered, quiet fellow, but he realises that it's time for Corey McKernan to step up. Porter and Hale, who've carried the ruck in the first couple of months while they were dropped from the team. I think Hale might have an injury, but Corey McKernan needs to stand up tonight, particularly against Guy Richards and Josh Fraser, who's coming into the Magpie side.
Welcome to Tim Lane. Thanks, Steve. Good evening. We're all getting a bit excited about the bottom team. I'm going for the Magpies as well. Good players coming back. And importantly, Chris Tarrant back to his best form last week. A big job for Shannon Watt. Glenn Archer will try and apply some physical pressure. Anthony Rocker at centre-half forward likely to be picked up by Colbert. Didak's kicked 10-18 for the season. He'll be looking for some accuracy. A tremendous matchup likely in midfield between Simpson and Licuria, who are the leading disposal earners for both teams this year. Simpson 28 per game. game. Lucuria 21. They've won best and fairest for their clubs. They're fine players. Jason Cloak likely to pick up Petrie and Motlop on a flank, the Kangaroos' leading goal kickers so far for the season. A Wakeland twin on Rocker Senior, who will try and add to his 641 career goals at full forward against his old club. Now a big matchup in the ruck, a 230-gamer, Corey McKernan, against an 8-gamer in Guy Richards, and yet the pressure is fairly and squarely on the Kangaroo man. And on the interchange bench, Burns and Fraser returning from their hamstring problems, and a couple of significant players there for the Kangaroos too in Sinclair and Jones. Well, Collingwood tonight will be looking to play out every minute of all 4 quarters, because in time on this season they have been outscored by 187 points. That's an average of 21 points a game. Their average losing margin is 25 points per game. Last year they ranked 4th in that area. This year a big fat 16 next to their name. Quarters, they'll look to play out every minute of every quarter tonight.
A break from Telstra Dome. Great to see 2 old-timers out here tonight for the Kangaroos. Anthony Stevens and Glenn Archer. Between them, they've played a staggering 520 matches.
It may be the night they all dread,
but it's the night of Big Brother we love the most.
7:30 Sunday, 4 housemates are up for eviction.
Oh, you're kidding.
Terry,
Crystal,
Paul,
Ashley.
who will you choose?
It's time to go. Want live drama? Meet Big Brother's live eviction.
Then 7:30 Monday, who'll be the hot topic of nomination?
Just kept pushing me and pushing me.
I'm not in here to babysit adults.
2 big nights of Big Brother starting Sunday.
You never know what other drivers might do. That's why for every 5Ks over the 60 limit, your risk of crashing doubles. Wipe off 5 or wipe out lives.
Imagine you could be in control of how you watch your sport. You could turn on the game, choose to watch it from here, or here, or all at once. Even the highlights so far or the statistics on your favourite player.
Foxtel Digital is available now from just $12 to $22 per week. Call 131-787.
It's called Sports Active on Foxtel Digital, and you can get it on your TV right now. With this, Foxtel Digital. Call 131-787 now.
Tiffany, beat off the letter, love. Close the cool box, Thomas. Leave the seat controls alone. Kiara, don't sit on the armrest. Jackson, don't fiddle with the air conditioning. What are you putting in the seat pocket?
Jeez, Mick, you got your hands full.
Yeah, mate. Preserving Kakadu for future generations.
Limited edition Land Cruiser Kakadu, over $8,800 worth of extras for just $67,590, saving $3,500.
They really do mean business.
There's a great symbol in Australian sport, the boxing kangaroo, not clothed in the green and gold, but the blue and white stripes, and serving it up to the feral Magpie fans. Let's see if the Kangaroos can do it once the action starts. Guy Richards with the big job against a revved up Corey McKernan. The Kangaroos have won the toss, they're heading south, and watching on anxiously as Tarkin Lockyer makes his return. His mum Jill with dad John. They come over for a month each year. I believe this is the last week of their trip to Melbourne for 2004. What a night for all concerned. And all the tension is on full display, Rob.
Well, he'll be as nervous as could be, Tim, no doubt about that. But he's done the preparation, and they are starting him in at the centre square bounces. I think that's really good coaching by Mick Malthouse. He's just showing the world that this young fellow is fit and raring to go. We see Tarrant lining up there at full forward for the Magpies. What his opponent.
Big night for both clubs. Big night for Corey McKernan. against Guy Richards. McKernan attacking that, getting first hand.
Fair play on advantage.
And the Kangaroos coming out with the free. Rawlings allowed to run on and deliver to Grant, who didn't start off in the square. Places that for Wells, just a little bit heavy for him. Brown. McKernan under pressure. Stevens working it on. Wakeland working it back. Aerial ping-pong. Locken now for Collingwood. Didak had his back turned. Harris. Aimless footy in the opening minute. Petrie taking it away from goal to Wells. Collingwood applying good pressure, and in the end, the ball is turned over, and Richards will have his first use of it.
The Rising Star nomination from last week, Guy Richards, playing just his 9th game of AFL footy, taken pick 37 in the 2000 draft. The boy from Coldstream in outer eastern Melbourne. Cole takes the mark. It's an ordinary kick to the wing. Doesn't do Ben Johnson any favours. Great hands by Sansbury to Wells. Good smothered by Cole, made up for his error. Ricochets to King, who pops it inside 50 from a standing start. Big pack fly. Oh, good hands. Comes to Grant. He's on his wrong side, and he has a pot shot. And it's a behind. First score of the night goes to the Roos.
And opening bounce, Anthony Rocker charging in and bowling over the captain, Adam Simpson. That just shows Anthony means business. Let's have a look at it again.
Good lead from Loney at the kick-in and good delivery. Now Didak up beyond the centre line. Lovely pass to Rocker and he spilled it. Still a chance though. Woden on his wrong side. Now advantage call, although umpire Alan Nat will bring it back because the initial call of advantage was going to provide anything but that for the Magpies. It's Collingwood's ball.
Lee Colbert, he's playing on Anthony Rocker. Watt is playing on Tarrant. And Archer is playing on Jason Cloak, who's at half forward.
Crowd getting fired up, fancying the shot. That's a much better option, though. He was 70 metres out. He's gone for Tarrant. And that side of the ground favours a bit of draw with the left foot. He's kicked plenty of goals from out there.
And important for Collingwood to have their 2 gun forwards in the action early. And that's a terrific pass there by Anthony. And the space was made available, and Chris Tarrant, once he gets in front, nobody can catch him. Have a look at the muscle definition, the shoulders, the arms, the biceps. Really has prepared himself, and that's a job that's taken 6 years.
From just inside 50 as he lets it go. Across the face, the first score is a minor one, but otherwise Collingwood's use of the ball in the opening couple of minutes has been very good.
So King does the kicking in. Drills it long. Simpson underneath it. Now Woden. Well done. Controlled it very cleverly. Back inside 50 go the Pies. From the side was Swan. Good pick up by Stevens. Good tackle, Swan. Archer under pressure. Heads for the boundary. It's a high pressure game early. It's a good tackle by Dane Swan. Rocker against Colbert in this one. Swan, quick kick. There's Harvey. Oh, the handball's astray. Rocker overran it. Archer. Is it a push? It was. And he's going berserk, Glenn Archer.
Just got to be careful. He doesn't get a 50-metre penalty. Let's have a look. Anthony overran the footy. Archer's hands in the back. Umpire has to play it.
I think Glenn Archer agrees with you, Robert.
He's normally so softly spoken.
Exactly. So Anthony Rocker, a real chance here. He's, well, sort of question of accuracy for this man. He's a thumping kick, as we know. So he'll be kicking from about 48 metres out on a slight angle. There's a beautiful shot of it. And Collingwood are away at
the Dome. Life should be simple. When you give, you should receive. If you have an eligible Telstra home phone, plus any 2 of these eligible services bundled on a single bill, Telstra will give you $25 of calls between your household phones every month. Isn't it nice to get something back? To find out how you can get more great value from Tea Time, call 1800 309 230 now.
Bit of excitement immediately after that Rocker goal. Glenn Archer hadn't quite cooled down from the disappointment of the free kick.
And young Cameron Cloak getting in the middle. Be careful.
So Collingwood lead by 7 points. They've started well. Umpire Sean Ryan bouncing at McKernan, winning clearly, but to nobody. Johnson, good player this season for the battling Magpies. Sainsbury in the way, slung as he kicked. And the Magpies dangerous again. Swan doing well to get it off under pressure. Now Lockyer, first kick on the comeback trail to Terrence. Couldn't quite hang on. Sainsbury did well, covered ground, worked hard in the back half. And now Colbert finds Simpson.
Well done, Didak. Clearly to rep this game.
Collingwood are revved up.
Yep. And there's the tag of Brady Rawlings running with Woden. And he's got some big scalps this year, has Brady Rawlings. He will not let him out of his sights. You can just see there he's got touch on him wherever he goes, particularly at the ruck contests.
Harris, who's improving with every match he plays.
Big raps on young Daniel Harris. They say he's one of the cleanest ball handlers at the club. And Anthony Rocker rucking against Colbert. You would expect Rocker to win out.
Does well to Woden. Lucuria. And another stalemate here. So still 50 out for the Magpies goal.
Yeah, Corey McKernan not coming down for these ruck contests. Guy Richards, the Collingwood ruckman, staying in the background on the wing, and McKernan staying with him. This is dangerous for the Kangaroos.
Rocker again. Oh, running onto it is Johnson. He's on his wrong side. He goes to Banana. He likes it. The umpire's gone a long way.
Putting it on the angle that way on the left boot, it's hard to believe he could kick a goal because the ball would always be spinning away. But problems. Have a look at the way he dropped it there. No right foot. And always was going to be spinning away from the goal face.
He's a supreme optimist. That looked as though it missed by a long way. But he probably realised the goal umpire had a very difficult task there to get positioned. Now it's a long ball back in. Cameron Cloak for Loney and Woden. Simpson just getting a piece of him at the last. Lockyer's had it a couple of times. Loney on the non-preferred, so he dabs it. And Didak, with the man on the mark at 50, would be a chance.
Alan Didak has kicked 10 goals, 18 behinds this year, so certainly hasn't been kicking accurately.
And looks such a lovely kick now. Takes him on. It'll be a goodie if he gets it. That is good.
Steam cleaning the engine. Oh. And Rob wants to get a new exhaust system.
Well, look, it's been great to see you. You must come to my place next time.
Excellent. Oh, Marjorie, before you go, you must see my new seat covers.
Lovely.
And down the other end of the ground, it really hasn't been there. Severio Rocker at full forward against his old team, up against Shane Wakeland.
Oh, coming through like a steam train was Glenn Archer. He missed everyone, fortunately. Kangaroos had possession. Anthony Stevens goes inside 50. Petrie wrestles with Cloak. Front and centre with Simpson. Left foot snap. It's not bad. It's better than that. It's home. Classic piece of roving from Adam Simpson. And the Kangaroos get one back. Here's Archer.
Yeah, you see Glenn Archer just having a crack at Woden. McGough can't get his boot on the ball. Quick clearance. And Jason Cloak's been moved to centre half back on Drew Petrie. Excellent crumbing by the skipper. And he is having a wonderful season.
I reckon Collingwood's early intensity might have fueled the Kangaroos a bit, and Glenn Archer certainly showing the product of that then. Lovely work, Richards to McGough, and two youngsters win it away for Collingwood. Here's a third one in Swan. Sainsbury plays him close and well. Good contest. Swan happy to find the line.
And Rob, Glenn Archer has been moved to full forward. Daniel Wells has been moved into the midfield.
Getting your hands dirty down there, Sauce?
I am. I'm just watching some of these Collingwood boys warm up.
Lee Brown into the ruck. McKernan's gone forward.
Stevens, an unlikely ruckman. Third in line, pinching it. Well done. McKernan knocking it straight into his teammate's head. Motlop. Locken now. Creative hand pass. Good smother, McKernan. Kangaroos win it. Wells. Now, Rocker Senior beats off Wakeland. Disciplined play, didn't try and go all the way. Here's Archer at the other end of the ground. He's like a marauding bull at the moment. Kangaroos with the numbers, Bart Clement with a cool head.
But he's kicked it into a host of Kangaroos. It's 4-on-1 here, and they'll win out the Roos. Stevens goes backwards. This is Baird. To half forward, his target's Petrie. Feigned the free kick, and the umpire said it was factor push. So Petrie's got it.
And Jason Cloak playing on Petrie. Cloak started the first 3 minutes as a forward. Once Mick Malthouse saw the way the Kangaroos had lined up, he decided that Cloak would go back there. And this is where McKernan can be dangerous, virtually playing as a forward on Guy Richards, and that's the McGough kick. The kick was smothered, and that is the downfall in his game. He reads the play exceptionally well, Mark McGough, but his kicking lets him down.
7 goals, 5 this season, Corey McKernan. He's kicked 300 goals straight in his career. That's 301.
Sorry, Mick, but your car's cactus.
Fantastic.
Block's cracked.
At last.
Transmission leaks. You little ripper. And even if I tight... Oh, mongrel.
Nectar of the gods.
Mate, you need a new car.
Now we're in business.
Announcing Toyota means business. It's our biggest event of the year, so find any excuse to get unbeatable Toyota value right now.
They really do mean business.
Now, was this touched or not? Collingwood claim it was. It was on the line, the umpire in beautiful position. There's a fingertip from Cloak, and it looks to me, I mean, it's a different angle, but it looks to me that the umpire made a pretty good decision there. He was over the line.
His name's Nastasi. He'd make a good linesman, Peter Nastasi. Pretty fit-looking bloke, too. I wouldn't like to run into him, so I'm not going to bag him. McGough wins it out of the middle for Collingwood. Locken has Harvey, who leads him a merry dance here. And the Kangaroos, after conceding the first 2 goals, are rolling. Great tackling. Good effort by Shaw. This is a good, intense contest. Simpson, a very clever kick on his non-preferred side. Now Petrie. And now Archer. Loney makes the spoil. Motlop again. Shaw pressures him well. And might just about win a free kick. Yes, he will.
And that's fair enough by the umpire. Motlop didn't appreciate being spun around. Second time it's happened in the last 30 seconds.
Lost his jumper, and just for a moment he lost his head.
It's the old dirty fighting trick, isn't it? Pull the jumper over the head and you get a free hit. McKernan in front. Strong grab from Corey McKernan. Well, he's risen to the occasion so far to Wells, who took plenty of time, but he's got plenty of time as he drills it inside 50. It was a perfect pass. Well, he kept his cool, and he waited for an opportunity, and it was presented by Motlop, and he will line up 45 metres out. Let's have another look at this one touched on the line. Cloak definitely got a fingertip to it, but when he lands, he is behind the line, so... Looks a fair enough decision. And there was Wells.
Yes, and Daniel Wells to his good mate Daniel Motlop. We'll see a lot of that as the years go by. And this young fella with the footy, he is a special talent. I love watching him play.
18 goals, 8 this season to Daniel Motlop. And he's missed to the right. So it's all even here at Telstra Dome. 2-2 apiece.
Good contest. Kangaroos have made the last 5 entries to the 50. Collingwood under pressure. Loney to Johnson, couple of left footers, now McGough. And Johnson keeps coming for him. And that's a good probing ball, gives Rocker a big chance. Colbert did it well. Tarrant out from goal. Swan, standing start. Fraser falling over on the ground. Not going to go straight away.
It's amore. For a limited time at Subway restaurants, you get a cheesy Italian meatball sub for $2.95. Add salad and magnifico. It's a sub meatball. And at just $2.95, you get much more, eh? From Subway. Eat fresh.
Discover Michelin's passion for innovation. Discover tyres that last longer without sacrificing comfort. The energy range from Michelin. Michelin. Discover a new driving experience.
Well, it's a free kick for an off-the-ball incident. It's going against Collingwood.
And I think David King sucked in Alan Didak.
Inside 50 go the Roos. Shaw gets there first. Archer sees him over the line. Oh, there's some heat in this game.
And Big Severio Rocker coming down to do the ruck work. And he is a good ruckman, even though he's made his name as a full forward. 9 times the leading goal kicker for his team in his career.
Plenty still happening off the ball. Harvey got put down by Locken. There's Baird. Going in hard was Brown. We'll have a bounce on centre wing.
Let's go!
Josh Fraser, last man up. Cameron Cloak looks on.
The beauty about Fraser coming back into the Collingwood team means that Anthony Rocker doesn't have to take a turn in the ruck.
Simpson's kick smothered. Licuria. Knock forward is a chance for McGough. Getting there first is Johnson to Lockyer. Back to McGough. Mark McGough now squares it up. Tarrant's got the sit here. Coming in from the side to save the Davis Troy Makepeace.
And what wonderful play by the little back pocket player to help out.
Now the veteran Stevens dallies. He was fortunate. He was pulled off the kick, but Rawlings was in the right spot. Simpson now and Grant. Kangaroos are putting it together here. Waitland playing Rocker close. Motlop now. Running for him, Grant. Ball hangs a little in the air and gave short time. His tackling has been outstanding in this first quarter. As the recently maligned Reece Shaw. And a ball up as the outcome.
Burns on for Collingwood.
And boy, Scott Burns has come onto the ground for his first run, replaced by Mark McGough.
He just gave him a little clip. Didak to Stevens. That's why Stevens came back at him.
In the Roos forward pocket, Locken. Simpson kept it alive to Wells. Geez, an exciting talent as he fights King, who loves to have a bounce and go long. King lines up from 55 metres!
And he's put a player down. After King kicked that goal, he dropped the Collingwood player, and it'll be a Collingwood free kick, probably in the middle of the ground.
Well, they're into Didak. Didak's been involved in a little bit, and they've been giving it to Didak.
Well, as soon as King kicked that goal, he went to the nearest Collingwood player and thought, well, I've kicked the goal, I'll put someone on his tail, which he did. And the umpire, let's have a look at this.
Is it worth it, Rob?
Well, Laidley wouldn't be happy because the coach, they've got a goal, and all of a sudden you give an easy ball back to Collingwood in the middle of the ground. Locken, who's got the footy, is doing a tagging job on Brent Harvey.
Finds Tarrant a long way from home with Fraser up there now and capable of circling around the goal square. Richards the target this time, but the numbers were against him. Now Wells, spectacular sight. Pretty well placed. Now it's not paid. It's called a half volley by the umpire. Archer doing all right since being moved forward, but he dropped that. Should have been bread and butter. Cole, long ball for Collingwood, but Leroy Brown in the way, and the Kangaroos hold firm.
And Richards was hurt in the last contest for Collingwood. I think he's just winded off the ball. Looks a bit sick and sorry for himself. Makepeace drives it inside 50. Petrie in front. Takes the mark.
Well, Jason Cloke was lost. And as soon as Petrie started to run back with the flight of the ball, Jason Cloke had just lost contact with him. And, well, this is where Richards got injured. Looks like a knock to the hip.
So Drew Petrie, excellent mark.
And you can see Cloke in front. That's his opponent marking the ball.
Sunday is all new Criminal Intent, and Goran's looking for a cop killer.
They had one or more accomplices waiting here to ambush us.
8:30 Sunday.
What's out there?
The one thing cops hate is a crime this bad. The one thing Goran loves is a challenge this good.
It's interesting how his mind works.
Sunday is all new Criminal Intent and NCIS.
You can tell us what you know. Now.
TV's hottest new double, Sunday on 10.
Kangaroos lead by a goal. Second time they've been in front, and they are dominating contested possession of the ball. Now Fraser by necessity in the ruck with Richard struggling. Stevens mopping up for Rawlings. And now Harvey. Good pressure by Davis. And Didak. Splendid mark. Made a good recovery. Just might have dramatised a moment ago, which his coach would frown upon. Now Davis. Perhaps beyond him here. He'll be kicking from outside 50. Goes very wide for Burns. Another of the comeback kids. Ambitious shot. The Kangaroos lead by 5.
And Troy Makepeace does the kick-in responsibilities. And that's a real credit to him, because a few years back he was a pretty ordinary kick.
And he looks for King. No, out of bounds, says the boundary umpire.
Throw him.
So just inside the Magpies attacking 50. David King's kicked a goal. Gave away a free kick straight after. Anthony Stevens with 8 touches. He's a game high at the moment.
Arms up, Rocks.
So it'll be Rocker against Brown.
Arms up.
Third man in was Colbert. Clever tap too to Shannon Grant. To the wing. Fraser attacks it. Well played to Swan. Now Didak goes short and sideways to Burns, who will kick from 50 directly in front.
It's really good play by Josh Fraser. Took that bouncing ball. He was sitting back on the wing and able to get it off with a very quick, creative handball.
So Scott Burns kicked 3 goals in his 6 matches this season. It's a helicopter. It's into the goal square. Rocker on the second bite. Off the ground. Goal anyway. Well, it's not how, but how many. And that'll do.
And you were right. It was a helicopter punt off the boot. Not a great kick by Scott Burns. You'll just see the way that the ball doesn't spin as he would have liked, starting to go, well, all over the place. And the coach, Colbert, goes to ground, and Lee Brown not quick enough to get back on it. And Coach Laidley would be disappointed to think that 1 was able to beat 2 in such a dangerous spot on the ground.
2 goals to Rocker.
Fraser against McKernan, both with eyes on each other. That was a dubious-looking hand pass. Simpson to Wells and Motlop, but the Magpies will win it. Shaw had a pretty good opening quarter. Now this is young Maxwell, who debuted last week and who was a source of comfort for Tarkin Lockyer when he was struggling through his period on the sidelines. He'd love to find him with the ball. He won't with this. Colbert. Anybody's here. And Motlop. What wonderful hands. That was a horrible ball to mark. He took it beautifully.
Just shows how good he is, Tim. And his marking ability over the smaller Reece Shaw is a concern for Mick Malthouse.
Stevens off and Corey Jones on for the Roos. Baird takes the mark. Now what's happened here? There's a screening free kick, I reckon, off the ball. And it's going against Shane Woden.
I didn't see it.
And Rawlings is taking it. So Rawlings right on 50.
Well, the umpires certainly got their eyes darting everywhere, haven't they? We've seen quite a few free kicks given.
And he gives it to King, who will load up once again. He goes to Torp from 70 metres out! Just offline! That was a monster! He unloaded the Torp.
I think he's going to give it a go. Thank goodness he got it right.
See, that would have had to have gone close to 70 metres, I reckon.
Thank goodness he got it right. I reckon those Collingwood supporters behind him, they'd be on top of him. That's right. Need that big fluffy kangaroo down there.
Short to Loney.
Loney's got a tough job tonight because he's currently playing on Glenn Archer, and what a huge challenge that is.
Thrilling opening quarter between two teams out of the 8 and one of them on the bottom of the ladder. They've both really come to play. Wakeland, big task on Severio Rocker. And Clement just losing his footing over there, but not with any fatal consequences. Rocker.
Rocker's going to worry Lee Colbert on the lead.
Another holding free off the ball.
Yeah, and it'll go to Tarrant.
Well within range.
How many frees have we seen off the ball in this first quarter? At least 4, I would think.
I'd say more.
And that's the advantage of having 3 umpires. And let's have a look at it.
Oh, gee. That's soft.
The umpire deemed that Tarrant was held. I'd say
he actually wasn't even being held, was he?
There was just a few bumps and bodies and chests.
That's a tough call.
So Tarrant lines them up to join the goal-kicking club for the night. 5 last week. Out of his team's 9. Well, he's miscued that awfully. Collingwood by a point.
So Chris Tarrant knows the golden opportunity goes begging there.
Well, he just didn't kick with any oomph. He just walked in. There was no momentum, no drive in the kick.
Shannon Grant goes to the wing. His target is McKernan. Drifted over his head. Back of the Packers, Maxwell. And that's a bad turnover. Corey Jones with the free kick. We're into red time in this first term. Lee Colbert to the 50. That's a good mark taken by Wakeland.
Shane Wakeland playing on Severio Rocker.
Now Wakeland bravely goes sideways, looking for Fraser. Excellent work by Simpson. Was he being held? No, said the umpire. Now Collingwood clear. They're a bit lucky, but McGough's kick is good, and it finds Didak just in front of Silvani.
Yes, and Sauce, pretty interesting kangaroo bench at the moment.
Yes, well, there's a lot of experience there. They've opted to go with some of the younger blokes in the midfield, but it's just the part of the rotation process now in AFL footy.
Another free off the ball, and it was against Tarrant.
Get the first one, then you give a stupid one away.
It was against Tarrant for grabbing Watt around the throat. You see that? You touch a player around the face or the throat, free kick will go against you.
Another 50. It's 50 for Tarrant doing the same thing again.
50 metres.
And they've clearly gone out with this issue in mind tonight. I can't believe that this is happening to that greater an extent than we've seen in other matches at times. And I don't think the Collingwood coach is thrilled.
Well, you wouldn't be thrilled, Tim, because your team has the ball on the wing and your full forward puts the choker hold. on his opponent, and 100 metres is the result.
And 2 minutes earlier, he's missed a sitter. Major swing. David King at the other end of the ground is lining them up.
Tarrant's being dragged, by the way, Tim.
So King for his second. He's done it. Kangaroos back in front. He's had a good corner. He's very nearly kicked 3.
So Tarrant sits down with the coach beside him. Just letting him cool down. Now it started with the grab to the throat against Tarrant on Watt. That's fair enough. Could we all agree? And there's the 50 coming up.
Oh, gee. That's 50 metres for grabbing a bloke round the collar. No thanks. And the coach keeps his cool.
So this has been an excellent first quarter. We've had everything. Harris with his head over the ball. Good, clever tackle by McGough.
No fly line, thanks.
So I think it's fair to say with these issues, it's fair enough that things that are causing a problem for the game are picked up on, just so long as it's handled with balance.
Clement now playing on Petrie.
Rocker the tap to Simpson. Can't get boot to ball. Leon Davis stood up in the tackle, but couldn't find a teammate. Makepeace to King. He's had an excellent first term. Over the top to young Ashley Watson. Now to Rawlings. Another chance here for the Roos. McKernan attacks it. Woden bravely stood there. Handball comes out to Corey Jones. Goes backwards to Wells. Wells now inside 50. Oh, back of the Packers, Rocker. And Big Savile had a shot at quarter time. So the former Collingwood star will have a shot at quarter time.
7 times the leading goal kicker at Collingwood.
This to put the Roos in front by 11 points.
Averages 3 goals a game over his career and 64% accuracy. I did a fair bit of research on him through the week. His career is better than most people give him credit for.
And you've mozzed him, Robert Walls. It's a goal the difference at quarter time. 34 plays 28.
Well, we had a bit of everything, didn't we, in that quarter? And Chris Tarrant, I hope they bring him back on to start this second quarter.
Collingwood outscored in red time, 2-2 to 1-2.
So quarter time here at Telstra Dome, this round 10 match with Collingwood's season on the line. And it is the Roos leading by 6 points.
From 70,000, we're down to the top 2.
You guys ready to go?
6 o'clock Sunday, it's the grand finale you've been waiting for. In an Idol First, it's an all-female showdown as Diana takes on Fantasia for the title. Who will win? Direct from Hollywood, join your Idol favourites, plus some very special guests as the nail-biting results are revealed. The spectacular no fan can afford to miss. The electrifying American Idol final, Sunday.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks. We've got school-based new apprentices who work with us 1 day a week.
There are hundreds of different new apprenticeships available, and I chose boat building.
The Australian government give us financial incentives for taking on new apprentices.
You'll be amazed where new apprenticeships can take you. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Take the fresh, wholesome taste of peanuts. Thin, delicate fingers of crisp wafer. The irresistible temptation of chewy caramel. The crunchy goodness of Rice Crisps, all generously encased in rich Cadbury chocolate. And you've got yourself one pretty big, ugly-looking mouthful, really. Cadbury Picnic. Deliciously ugly.
Everything about Jetmaster Heat and Glow is simply brilliant. Jetmaster Heat and Glow heaters are perfect for period homes through to the ultra-modern. You can easily use an existing fireplace or simply create a new fireplace in any room of your home. With Jetmaster Heat and Glow heaters, you don't need a chimney. Discover the new Jetmaster Heat and Glow wood and gas heaters. Jetmaster Heat and Glow. Brilliant heat, beautiful to watch.
Today's crucial issue: can one enjoy the zesty, sharp taste of lime and still look good? See, that just won't do. Now, let's try new Diet Coke with lime. That's more encouraging. The findings: no, yeah, nasty, nice, zero, hero. Keeping the world beautiful. New Diet Coke with lime. Experiment a little.
I've never used a car air freshener until Eagle One came up with fantastic new Everfresh. Adjustable, long-lasting, and very fresh. Try Everfresh. You'll know what I mean.
Fact. Rugs stolen from the Sydney wharves, recovered by police. Now, direct to the public. Every last remaining one, minimum 70% off.
Authentic, hand-carved, only because they were stolen. Now 90, but not for long. Look at the size for $129. These $35, yes, $35, and 30,000 more rugs, up to 90% off.
A one-time offer you'll never see in your life again.
Only Melbourne Showgrounds, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, shut down, 6 p.m. Tuesday.
Kangaroos had possession. Anthony Stevens goes inside 50. Petrie wrestles with Cloak. Front and centre with Simpson. Left foot snap. It's not bad. It's better than that. It's home. Action-packed first quarter here at Telstra Dome. Round 10 action. It's the Kangaroos trying to get back in the top 8. The Magpies season on the line. And the Roos lead by 1 goal at quarter time. King's got a couple. So has Anthony Rocker for the Pies. Wells and Anthony Stevens, 8 touches each for the Roos. And Mark McGough leads the way for the Magpies. Lots of things happening off the ball in that first term. Plenty of niggle, Robert Walls.
Well, we see Daniel Motlop doesn't appreciate the jumper being pulled over his head. That's the second type of tackle that had been put on by Reece Shaw. And Glenn Archer very angry with Anthony Rocker when he got that free kick early. There's that other tackle of Shaw's. But look, it's on for young and old. Entertaining. And this is where Tarrant lost the plot. Okay, 50 metres, but then another one. Didak put David King down. David King put Didak down. Tit for tat.
Stephen Silvani, how did you read that?
Oh, well, Chris Tarrant was pleasantly surprised to see Michael Malthouse sitting on the bench when he was dragged, and you can just see the fury in Mick Malthouse's eyes, but certainly something was addressed at quarter time, and I'm sure you'll see a more disciplined Chris Tarrant.
So let's hope for more of the same in the second term. Just to kick in it. Tarkin Lockyer.
Well, he's starting on the half-forward flank, and there's his mum in the crowd. And Collingwood starting this second quarter with 3 tall forwards. Anthony, who we can see there. Josh Fraser, who's starting at half-forward. And Chris Tarrant back on the ground at full forward, which is terrific.
So Dean Madeley's noticed something as we start this second term. Richards recovered from that heavy knock to Burns to Woden. Pies inside 50. King dropped the mark. It's built to Lockyer. Right foot snap into the forward pocket. Tarrant against Watt. Sansbury, does he keep it in? He does. Oh, it's a dangerous kick, but it's come off. In fact, in the end, he did pretty well, Sansbury, because it's marked by King.
Perfect kick, wasn't it?
Off the boot, I thought it was going to be out in the full for sure, but
it had that look about it. Now King at the back end of the ground. Same end, he was kicking goals in the first quarter. So a throw in now on the wing. The Kangaroos by a goal. Corey McKernan doing the bulk of the ruck work. Sinclair has scarcely been on, if at all.
Daniel Motlop starting on the bench again, Tim. They start Daniel Motlop on the interchange bench almost every quarter. He came on in that first quarter and had 6 disposals.
Breakaway for Collingwood. Johnson turning and running. Well, I'm not sure who he was after with that. Maybe it was jumper confusion. Colbert. That's a good delivery for Rawlings, who didn't have to lose momentum to gather and keep going. Bad luck for Grant, losing his footing. Jason Cloak took him on. Risky strategy. 2 against Wells. That was about as good as he could have hoped for. Kangaroos an intense side tonight after Collingwood kicked the first couple and looked dangerous.
Half forward flank, Roos into attack. Petrie got the tap. Snared by Anthony Stevens on hands and knees, fed it out, but to a Collingwood player and Loney. He didn't have anywhere to go, so in the end handballed it over the line for a throw in. Goal the diff here at Telstra Dome. There's the Collingwood bench. Shaw, McGough, Cloak. That's Cameron Cloak. And young Nick Maxwell playing just his second game.
We're seeing Lee Brown do the ruck work for the Kangaroos.
You're grabbing his arm. Bring it back. You're locking his arm in. You're locking his arm in.
And Lee Brown, his value as a ruckman is around the ground with his running, his mobility. Corey McKernan does the centre bounce and then pushes forward. So it becomes a forward for the Kangaroos. His opponent is Jason Cloak.
Fraser's kick finds Cole, who goes into the pocket looking for Rocker. Sainsbury again. Now to Grant, to the wing. Archer attacks it. Well, puts his body on the line and is rewarded with a free kick. What else would you expect? Fearless. There it is, body on the line.
Well, just desperation and prepared to take the hits.
Cole not really doing anything wrong, but Archer got there first and, yes, put his body over the ball. Now Baird for the Kangaroos. 80 metres out.
David King has run from half-back flank to the forward pocket.
Wakeland doing all right then on Rocker. Good work by Stevens, just ploughed it on and tries the Archer technique, just getting body over ball. Ball up, the only result there.
Manny, let's focus.
Collingwood defence under pressure here. Don't want to concede the first goal of the quarter. Kangaroos have been gathering momentum. Wells, great athleticism. King again. Wakeland did well. Got a good purchase on him. And Collingwood happy to get away with conceding just the minor score.
So Woden to do the kicking in. It's the Roos by 7 points. And he finds Clement. James Clement, number 5 in the AFL this season for rebounds outside the defensive 50. Loney pops it over the top. He finds Burns, who does likewise to the running Johnson. Geez, running hard tonight. Ben Johnson on that familiar left boot to the 50. Backing back. Collingwood get possession though. It's Rocker to Fraser, and Fraser's shot hits the post. So unlucky there, Josh Fraser.
Gee, the Kangaroos would have been stiff if he'd kicked it because Tarrant careered into the back of a...
I think it was Watt.
Of Watt, yep. This is Baird now. Given the free kicks that have been paid, it really looked a glaring one. Switching direction, and King covering a lot of territory. Great old campaigner for the Kangaroos. Put some loft on it, but did it well. For Harvey.
Just his 5th disposal, Brent Harvey.
Lockens followed him virtually every step of the way, although he shook in there. Now here's the incident a moment ago with Tarrant into Makepeace's back.
Yep.
But that one wasn't paid, and it could have produced a Collingwood goal.
Rocker got the tap. Here's Johnson again. Ducked into the tackle. Umpire let it go. Burns won the hard ball to Locken into the middle and finds Licuria. So Paul Licuria into the 50, but cutting it off is Brown. Makepeace out wide to Harvey, gets the kind bounce. He's got Simpson on short. He receives. Not a lot to kick to now, though, the Kangaroos. So Simpson goes long, squares it up into the hot spot. Woden saves the day, but only momentarily as the mark's taken again by Makepeace.
And he has Sinclair in short, still too far out. Oh, was that a little step over the mark? Kangaroos doing the bulk of the attacking here. Collingwood just not moving the ball with cohesion at the moment. Now Motlop.
And again, just brought on only about a minute ago. And he's such a dangerous player. A good play by Jess Sinclair, just showed plenty of patience, just waited. Kick only travelled 18 metres, but it gives this man with the football a chance to kick a goal. Sinclair was too far out to kick it himself.
Blood rule here, Rob. Wakeling's coming off.
Well, that's not good for Collingwood, one of their tall defenders. And they'll be wanting to address that as quickly as they can. Shouldn't be a major problem. Motlop delayed in the meantime. Goalless thus far. Maxwell comes back for Collingwood. An interminable delay. Now Locken is heading for the bench. And the crowd just getting a little restless. As Motlop, the Kangaroos' leading goal scorer going into this match for the season, 18 for the year. He gives it off. And Lee Colbert has found his way forward and is a few metres closer to goal.
I don't know if you'd want Lee to have the footy, actually. I just admire him so much. But let's see how he goes having a shot. I think he'd be far more comfortable kicking it from centre half back where he normally plays.
Hasn't been a goal kicked in more than 6 minutes of action in this quarter. Got under it, but it held its line. The Kangaroos lead by 2 goals.
Here's Motlop, who's looking around. Look at the eyes darting. And in the end, he saw Lee Colbert lurking, and there was the kick, and helped set up his teammate for a goal. Bruised by 2 straight kicks. Woden read it well, runs onto the football, lines up from 52 metres out. And we'll have a throw in.
Well, Collingwood dominating that part of the game. The centre clearance is 8-3 in their favour, and Daniel Wells having a spell. He played a really good first quarter. Every time he touches the ball, it goes to advantage.
So a chance here for the Pies. It'll be Brown against Rocker. Swan, quick kick out of the pack. Tarrant fists it away. More like a defender there. Harvey attacks it, so does Johnson, who kept his feet. Well played, Johnson. Got caught high. And there's some reward for hard work.
Absolutely, Stephen. Terrific call, and how courageous and how quick and how smart and how desperate was this fellow with the football, Johnson.
Wakeling gets patched up. Ben Johnson having a terrific night. This is his 7th disposal. Too far out to score.
Playing more as a midfielder.
He goes short to Swan.
Has made his name as a half-back flanker for the Magpies.
Does the Tarrant play the right one to keep that ball alive, or should he have tried to mark it?
I think to keep it alive was okay, Tim, but not to belt it 25 metres out
He got
from
it
goal.
sweeter than he wanted, didn't he?
It was as good as a kick to the opposition.
Might have a future as a full-back. Swan. Bit of left to right in this one. Into the goal square! Woden, no mark! Oh, did everything but. As King marks.
Hey, Jason. Oh, there, Jason.
Now, that's just about 50, isn't it?
Just about. I'm looking forward to seeing that Woden attempted a mark.
King finds Simpson, who hit Sainsbury on the chest on centre wing. Eddie Sainsbury to half forward and finds Motlop. He spots up Simpson, who's 50 out on a pretty tight angle. And that's a point to Anthony Stevens.
Anthony Stevens, 12 disposals. Highest possession getter. Now, does he mark it?
No, not quite.
No, he didn't. Gee, it was a good leap.
Might have caught it on the back of Sinclair's head as he was bringing it down. He was stiff.
Not the sort of bloke you suspect to take the big hanger in the goal square, is it?
Now here's the old interchange trick. Wakeland just back and able to give the full-back an option. Collingwood really battling to set anything up at the moment. Didak's hand pass too strong, but he makes up for it, and he can really make up for it. Well mown down. That was a great chase by Makepeace. Collingwood battle on. Lucuria to Swan, and now Richards. There's little Louis, and there's big guy.
Discover Michelin's passion for innovation. Discover tyres that last longer without sacrificing comfort. The energy range from Michelin. Michelin. Discover a new driving experience.
Toyota's biggest event of the year is here, and Toyota means business with a best-selling Echo from $14,740 with air and power steering.
These blokes really do mean business.
Collingwood's first goal for 22 minutes. Dean Lathey would have enjoyed what he'd been watching, but that goal might just change the shape of things.
And it was great teamwork by the Pies. Burns slammed to the ground by Anthony Stevens.
Gee, wasn't it a good tackle by Stevens?
Savrocker off. Glenn Archer comes back on.
But have a look at the disposals. Such a dominance by the Kangaroos. And 24 extra disposals. That's certainly a couple of extra players out on the ground.
McKernan pushed out Cloak. No doubt about that one. Jason Cloak to Johnson. To Lockyer. Back to Johnson. Boy, is he running hard. Good shepherd by Davis, but not quite good enough. But still Johnson manages to get it to Lockyer to half forward. Good mark.
Yeah, it's an important mark by Watt, because two Magpies to one Kangaroo, and he was able to take control. And I don't think Terrence had a touch in this quarter except for that big punch that he knocked the ball out from the goal square with.
Just two behinds for the night, so Shannon Watt can be pleased with the outcome of that important encounter so far. Now Brady Rawlings with the footy, and Tarrant again reduced to man on the mark duties. Time up, play on. All the Kangaroos. McKernan's judgment not there. So often not these days. Now it's a Collingwood free advantage if they want it, but the ball wasn't bouncing for Loney. So good umpiring. Brett Rosebery calling for it back. Magpies ball. Can they build and string a couple together? No doubt about that. Richard Cole played every game this year and been pretty good as Collingwood have battled for form. Now Lucuria. Not a big possession night for him thus far. Had just 5. Nearly Tarrant. Now Davis. Can he work some magic? He just might. The range not quite there. Cloak has kept it in play. It's still alive. Didak having a good night for the Magpies, and that is a very good kick.
It was a super kick because he was under so much pressure, running absolutely flat out, and still had the skill and composure to centre the ball to the advantage. And that last little bit of flash from Leon Davis wasn't that spectacular.
Well, Jill will be on the edge of a seat, I reckon. Here's a moment.
Can't watch. Got to have a look, Mum.
He's a good kick. He used to be the specialist kicker-inner. From 50. Bit of hook. Not quite what he was after, but it's still alive. Oh, not anymore. David King, millimetre perfect with his hand pass for touch. She's played 5 quarters already.
Richard Cole playing at half-back on the dangerous Daniel Motlop.
From the kick in, it spills to Sinclair. Good handball to Grant. He's got Harvey in support, but ignores him. Goes to Simpson. Now Harvey receives. Good build-up by the Roos. Harvey's kicking's just not been on song tonight. And that'll be a throw-in. Just looks out of sorts, Brent Harvey.
Well, he's been double-tagged, Brent Harvey. First Locken, and now Reece Shaw has the job on Harvey. And look, that's something that he wears week in, week out because he's a champion, a little champion. But I just think the pressure's getting to him a bit this season.
McKernan in front. Wakeland. The bandage round the head, and we'll have a bounce. 45 out from the Roos goal.
Anthony Rocker coming off the ground, boys, being replaced by Cameron Cloak.
Just a goal each in this quarter. They've been hard to come by. Big pack around this footy. Cloak climbing over McKernan for Johnson, Loney, Lucuria on the blind side. Motlop can open the door here for Stevens. Strong tackling though by the Magpie defence. Wonderful contest here, and the Magpies prevail. Johnson to Lucuria. Great football. Tarrant now against Watt. Tarrant doing pretty well for Didak, who's in double figures. Possession-wise, in fact, he and Johnson battling it out at the top of the ladder there.
And another clever kick by Tarrant to set Didak up. But, gee, Paul Lucuria, 1, 2, 3 efforts across half-back, dragged to ground each time, finally was able to get up and help set the Magpies up. He just persisted, did Paul Lucuria.
Now Didak, 11-18 for the season with 1 goal tonight. He's just missed. Kangaroos' lead is 5 points. I thought good that the umpire gave him a little bit of leniency too.
Yes.
Didn't ping him when he was caught, tackled on the blind side. He'd taken a few steps, but I think it should be play on in those circumstances.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, Lucuria's just worked hard this entire first half and may get a spell just before half-time.
Harvey's kick finds Baird. Drives it long, looking for McKernan. Oh, it's another strong grab from Corey McKernan, who slings Cloak to the ground with a big forearm jolt.
I reckon he's lucky. I reckon he's lucky to get away with it.
He is if he got him in the face.
He certainly made contact.
So McKernan looks for Petrie. Got both hands on the footy, couldn't hold on to it. Cameron Cloak kicks to the wing. Simpson. Wells. Simpson wins out. Spots up Colbert in the middle. He goes out wide looking for Brown. Tarrant down at defensive 50. Wakeland held up. Is he holding onto the ball? No, says the umpire.
Let's have a look. Does he make contact? I think he did.
Let's have a look for
another look.
Just a touch of the thespian there about Jason Cloak. The coach will be quite disapproving. That's 2 of them tonight. Harvey now. Nowhere to go. King and Burns. King wanting it out of bounds on the full. Not getting it. The margin 5 points. A do a quarter this.
And there we see Reece Shaw just having touch on his opponent, Brent Harvey.
Brown against Richards. Richards winning clearly. Collingwood have done much better at the clearances in this first half.
Let him up now. Thanks, Mark. Let him up.
Gee, Kangaroo midfielders getting plenty of the ball. Anthony Stevens, 12. Adam Simpson, 12 disposals. David King, 11. Daniel Wells, 9. Most of those in the first quarter.
The clearances, Collingwood's weighed 19-9. Now, big pack around this. Let's see if they can climb into the 20s. Good clean knock by Wells, and it's the Kangaroos' ball. We'll call it a draw. Throw in.
Easy, Nick. Thank you. Let him up. Easy, easy.
So we have another throw in. It's about 70 metres out from the Roos goal. It'll be Richards contesting this one against Brown.
No, just pushing him out.
So the second ruck infringement against Lee Brown.
There's 2 actions.
Well, he's the height of Richards worries the part-time ruckman Brown.
Kicks to the wing, and somehow McGough took the mark. Played on to Lockyer. Johnson's there. Well snapping at his heels. Johnson head over the foot. He did brilliantly to McGough. To Tarrant. 55 out. Kicks it into the goal square. Baird wrestles with Fraser. Still in play. Rush behind. Oh, it was tight in there.
Yes, tense quarter. Makepeace, lovely neat left footer for Colbert. Easy takeaway this for the Kangaroos, and Colbert with a menu of options. King, now Stevens. Archer almost as Wakeland misjudged it in front. Now Brown. First option might have been the one. Archer at the front. Cole, good smother. Kangaroos working hard. Motlop, Petrie. Ball up.
And Petrie, who's on ground level there, has not had a disposal in this second quarter. Been playing mainly at full forward.
And McKernan took Wakeland right over the scone. Shame in aggro tonight, Corey McKernan.
He's had a bit of a rocket. He's had a bit of pressure put on him by his captain. He said it's about time.
McCurry with the football. Good kick to Didak. He's had an outstanding night. This is disposal number 12. Not a lot to kick to, but he did it well. Shaw almost lost it in the lights here, but finally managed to snare the football. Kicks it to Fraser. Plenty of time to do something with it. Kicks it to the hot spot. Good mark, Anthony Stevens. As McKernan comes off and Sav Rocket comes on.
Sainsbury now, and again down that side of the ground, the Kangaroos with options. Harris, momentary mishap. Able to atone for that. Now Harvey. Darting in all directions. Archer with strength and Motlop with skill. Rocker now. Oh! Yanged up upon. And a ball up.
And a great tackle by Woden.
Collingwood free kick.
Bit happening off the ball too. I think Jason Cloak got put down by Lee Brown.
And Anthony's just come off the interchange and he's going to pick up an easy kick.
Rocker to Lucuria. Drives it long, looking for Tarrant. Swan got it back to Tarrant. And here's a chance again for Tarkalocki to have a shot at goal.
Oh, I hope he kicks it for his mum's sake.
So Tarkin Lockyer. Oh, gee, caught napping with the Kangaroos defenders, and Scott Burns, you can't leave him alone inside attacking 50, and he'll have a shot at goal from a much better distance out, kicking from about 45.
Well, the Magpies got that switch of play from one back pocket across to the other back flank when Anthony Rocker came off the interchange bench and was able to mark unopposed, get the handball across to Lucuria and eventually set this shot for goal up.
Down the other end, Glenn Archer having a very animated discussion with the umpire, yelling and pointing his finger at him. There's a lot happening off the ball here tonight. Burns starts it left, it's coming back, it's a goal.
Life should be simple. When you give, you should receive. If you have an eligible Telstra home phone, plus any two of these eligible services bundled on a single bill, Telstra will give you $25 of calls between your household phones every month. Isn't it nice to get something back? To find out how you can get more great value from Tea Time, call 1-800-309-230 now.
A steamed up Corey McKernan on the bench. Collingwood have had 7 free kicks to 1 in this quarter. Late in the turn. Grant to Harris. Poor kick. Good pressure. McGough conjuring it to Lucuria. Collingwood in the last minute. having regained the lead. Fraser trying to balance it on one hand. Rocker, Woden. Close. Not quite. Magpies by 3 points.
David King to do the kicking in. Didak leads the disposals for Collingwood. He's got 13. Stevens 14 for the Kangas. Brown's the target. Fraser's there for Collingwood. Bit of tunnel ball. Picked up by Burns. Back to Fraser. Last chance here for the Pies to score before half-time. Colbert was brave from the side. Cool. What a great half of football. Collingwood lead, but by just 3 points.
Well, goals are very hard to come by. Both teams giving it their all in that second quarter. The Kangaroos able to kick 1 goal, 2. Collingwood able to kick 2 goals, 5. They certainly had opportunities.
I said I don't know how to live my life. The sun comes in the morning and it waits at night. And I've got the one, the only one I know.
8:30 Monday, an exclusive premiere special with the cast of Friends. Their first ever farewell interview.
Oh, I don't know if I can do it yet. Want to take a minute?
Before the finale of Friends, you must watch a Friends special, 8:30 Monday on 10.
There was a time when the desire for one woman would send 2 kingdoms to war.
You gonna try burn for this woman? Immortality! It's yours!
So I hear changes are happening to Medicare.
There's no doubt that Medicare is a vitally important part of Australia's healthcare system, which is why we're introducing measures to strengthen it.
But are you taking anything away?
No. Everything that is currently provided by Medicare will stay.
Like what?
Well, free treatment as a public patient in a public hospital, the 85% Medicare rebate, and affordable medicines from the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme.
That's good. So what has changed?
To start with, we've introduced a new safety net to protect all Australians from high out-of-hospital medical costs. We're paying doctors more to encourage them to bulk bill. We're increasing the numbers of doctors and nurses in general practice, and more.
Sounds good, but I'd like to know the details.
Over the next few weeks, we'll explain how these and other measures are strengthening Medicare and what they mean for you. Look out for this booklet. We'll be sending it shortly. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
This belongs on the runway. Hidden handles. Flaps up. Smooth, round corners, so it won't hurt the other bags. All terrain. Feel it.
How's the added grip?
I could move these all day.
May I?
At Virgin Blue, we love what we do. With low fares and great service, why compromise?
There's never been a fish finger as big as the crunchy mega finger from I&J.
All this week at Super Cheap Auto. Buy anything and you'll get this pocket screwdriver for free. Get some Enforcer 2-seat covers, $39 a pair. Or 5 litres of XLD Valvoline oil, just $12.99. And get a free pocket screwdriver. Get the lot for less.
Did you know that dogs have up to 100 different facial expressions?
A dog's hearing is twice as acute as a human's. Sit.
Apparently dogs can understand around 100 different words.
Sit.
Did you know, like us, the dog's muscles continually rebuild themselves? That's why Pedigree Pal's made with protein-rich Australian meat.
If you keep them happy, we'll keep them healthy.
Toyota means business with over $8,800 of extras on the limited edition Land Cruiser Kakadu from $67,590, saving $3,500.
They really do mean business.
A young hopeful has a crack at the American dream.
Everyone said Miguel could play baseball in America.
But will his family kill to achieve success?
You're a bad liar. Your fingerprints were found in the apartment.
Law and Order, 9:30 Monday on 10.
Well, Chris Tarrant, no doubt, is one of the star forwards in the competition, but you just have those nights where things don't go well for you, and at the moment, tonight, Robert Walls was one of those nights.
He's struggling, isn't he? But his coach showed faith in him, brought him back on to start that second quarter, which I thought was really good. But Shannon Watt getting in his face, making it hard for him. Collingwood runner going out to say, come up and have a spell. And you can see Mick Malthouse pretty cool and calm with him there.
The Pies lead by 3 points. Rocker is the only multiple goal scorer for Collingwood. And David King got a couple in the first term for the Roos. 6-9 plays, 6 goals, 6. And it is a good old-fashioned game of Aussie rules football.
It's a slugfest, isn't it? And I'm enjoying it. Look, the Kangaroos, they never let you down. They just go at it so hard.
Speaking of old-fashioned footballers.
Yes, and Anthony Stevens, well...
15 disposals.
Isn't he a beauty? He is an absolute beauty. He's been diving on the football. He's been getting it out with quick handballs. And he's one of the reasons that they're well and truly in this game. I think that Stevens and Simpson and David King, the other veteran, playing in that back pocket, they've been really good in that first half. And that's important because there's quite a few youngsters in the midfield in this Kangaroo side.
Now, Motlop, he's got great skills. You say that the Roos use him very interestingly, particularly off the bench.
He nearly always starts each quarter.
Why would that be?
On the interchange bench. Maybe it might be so Dean Laidley can have a look at the opposition back line and say, well, this is the player I'd like to play him on. So that he takes the Kangaroo player off and puts Motlop onto the backman of his choice. But he's their leading goal kicker this season. He's got pace.
It's a great mark, that one,
He's got really good hands. He's a good kick on the run, a better kick on the run, I think, than a set shot. But he was really worrying Reece Shaw because of his height. But no, he's a really good player for them. His older brother Shannon, of course, played with the Kangaroos for a couple of seasons, no longer there.
Adam Simpson just came off for a break late in that second term, but 13 disposals, a typical Adam Simpson night so far.
It is. He just accumulates the possessions. He looks to put it to the advantage of his teammates, wins plenty of hard ball and never stops running. I am a huge fan of Adam Simpson's. He snapped that goal in the first quarter, just got to the right spot, able to hook it around his body, and good on him for putting a bit of pressure on Corey McKernan this week.
Well, I reckon Didak and Johnson have been the best two players for Collingwood. Would you agree?
Two left-footers, yes. They've got plenty of dash and plenty of dare.
13 touches for Didak so far.
Didak's had an interesting first half. Look, I think we all think that he's a good player. And you mentioned he's had 13 disposals. Look, he usually only gets around the 12 or 13 a game. So that's a really good sign for the Magpies. That interception there, just reflex as it was, to help set the Magpies up. And a little chip pass there by Tarrant. And Collingwood worked hard to keep this fella. They could have easily traded him to Port Adelaide for Nick Stevens, so they showed a lot of faith. I don't think he's paid that faith back so far this year. Tonight he's going a long way to doing it with that first half performance.
He's been a beauty, Ben Johnson, tonight.
Well, Ben Johnson, tough, fast, courageous, and getting a fair amount of time in the midfield in the absence
so far
of Nathan Buckley. That's right. So, look, he always goes onto his left side, improved his kicking, but he's getting plenty of work in the midfield. At times they might need to put him into the back line, particularly if a Daniel Wells goes there for the Kangaroos.
All right, well, Tarkin Lockyer, one of the Collingwood players coming back. He's had 9 disposals, a couple of opportunities in front of goal. How have you seen his comeback game?
Oh, I think it's been really good. Yeah, when you consider he hasn't played senior AFL for over 12 months, he's had some horrific leg injuries. He's back in this side. They rate him really highly, and I would think that he couldn't have asked for more than what he's done in that.
Josh Fraser, 7 touches so far.
Well, Josh Fraser started on the interchange bench. He's been missing for a month, so Mick Malthouse knows he can't play the full 100 minutes. We see Tarkin Lockyer there getting that hooked kick.
The stats, how do you see them?
I think the centre breaks and the handballs are the ones that interest me. You can see that Collingwood are catching up to the Kangaroos. At one stage, it was 40-20 in favour of the Kangaroos. There's no doubt the work rate of Collingwood improved as that second quarter progressed, and certainly the centre breaks have been to their advantage.
Some of the matchups, Wells and Johnson.
Well, Wells was great in the first quarter, got plenty of it, never wasted a kick, and Ben Johnson, of course, well, he's got the pace to go with him. This has been an interesting one. Shannon Watt, tough job to play on Tarrant because...
He might be ranked 38, but he's winning that contest.
He is. He's making sure that Tarrant earns every kick that he gets. I think Woden's probably had a pretty good first half. Grant has been down on form in the last month. He's a really good player for the Kangaroos, but Shannon Grant been struggling a little bit.
Here's the player rankings. Didac leading the way.
Yes, and David King, he was really good, aggressive off that half-back line, kicking goals and setting things up. And I thought that Daniel Motlop and Eddie Sainsbury, he's a young Kangaroo to keep an eye on. Both of them Aboriginal boys, both of them very good players.
So half-time here at Telstra Dome. There's this scene in the Collingwood rooms, just warming up, ready for the second half. It's the Magpies leading 45-42. And the way this game's being played, you suspect it's just going to be a kick in the end. We're going to take a break. Back with more in a moment from Telstra Dome.
We all thought these guys were totally clueless about Miriam's little scam.
This week, one of them reveals her secret. How does he find out?
Will the other guys believe him?
I'm not convinced. I still feel the same way as I did yesterday.
Miriam, 8:30 Tuesday.
That's it. I'm leaving right now. I'm sick of you. I've had enough.
I'll marry her one day.
You got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess a in between. You gotta accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between. Be positive.
It all starts with a chip that contains world-leading technology. Together with Samsung's superior engineering and design, it does so much more. It inspires. It enriches. It's the soul of Samsung, and it's in everything we create. Experience the power within. Samsung.
What a sweet,
what a treat.
What a sweet surprise. You get a mouth-watering Whopper, regular Coke and fries, and a Kit Kat Chunky, all for $6.50.
What a meal, what a deal.
The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Free, free, free! It's the ultimate free flu kit sale. Get a free flu kit with any wood heater. Get a free flu kit with any gas log fire. Plus 18 months interest free. The ultimate free flu kit sale. Dandenong, Epping, Melbourne, Showgrounds, Hoppers Crossing, Lilydale, Moorabbin, Mornington and Geelong.
See how Victorian government schools are bringing learning to life.
Today we came down here for our science class.
We've been looking at sea life, finding out how they live and where they live.
This gym is excellent.
Just helps, evolve our skills.
Well, my expectations, I got more out of it than I thought I could because it's more hands-on, more freedom.
I like reading books because you learn more and more.
Now there are so many reasons to choose a government school. 5,000 extra teachers and staff, better facilities, and the lowest average primary school class sizes on record. If you're thinking of enrolling your child, call 1800 555 181 for your free information handbook.
I'd also like to be a librarian.
Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
It's always the other guy that knows all the tricks.
Got something important to share? Then share it with video messaging for just 50 cents per message. Be one of the others on 3.
It's arrived. MBF budget health cover from $2.25 a day. For Victorian residents on selected singles cover with the 30% rebate. For more information, call the MBF team on 132 623.
Be positive, yeah. Want a hot night on Rove? Need the body.
Don't go anywhere!
9:30 Tuesday, go one-on-one with Elle Macpherson. Comedian Judith Lucy and Sarah McLachlan performs. Rove Live, 9:30 Tuesday.
Welcome to the halftime update. Big game at the Telstra Dome. The Magpies by 3 points. But Andy, there is another game going on tonight at the SCG, a Western Bulldogs home game. And at halftime, the Swans, the away team tonight,
are just in front. They lead by 12 points. Buchanan 2 for the Swans, and for the Western Bulldogs, the only multiple goal kicker, Patrick Bowden. Matthews, Bolton and Kirk have been starring for the Swans. As we look at some of the footage, an early goal by Patrick Bowden.
Well, the Western Bulldogs started really well. Chris Otto kicked the first 3 goals of the game. They came to play. It's a really important game for them. Wade Skipper, who was a late inclusion, kicked that from outside 50. They were on a roll and playing their best footy early. Sydney did find a way to get back into the game and kick 6 of the next 8. So they have worked their way back into the game, the Swans, to, as you just saw, lead at half-time.
And Buchanan kicking one of his 2 goals for the first half. And let's have a look here at a very serious injury, what appeared to be a serious injury to Jason Saddington, his left knee.
Another one for him.
I don't know how he got the kick away, because he had to put the pressure on that left leg. But
well, he's had a wretched run with injury in the last 18 to 24 months, and it just looks like another one yet. We'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that that's not as bad as it looks initially. Barry Hall's kicked 1-3. He's taken 7 marks. He hasn't converted. Sydney has been wasteful in the first half of the game, but he's ever present and very dangerous, Barry Hall, in this first half.
And it's a goal from Simon Garlick, who kicked the goal in the opening half to try and draw the Western Bulldogs back.
Well, they just stuck at it, didn't they, the Bullies? They haven't let Sydney get away. There's been a couple of occasions in that first half, Paddy Bowden kicking that goal, where it's looked as though the Sydney Swans are going to kick away, but the Western Bulldogs, as they often do and have done this season, have found a way to stick at it. Nick Davis earlier in this second quarter went off with what appeared to be an extremely badly injured ankle. He limped into the rooms. He looked like his night was well and truly over. That was just before half-time, as you saw. Yeah, beautiful, pure kick, which we know he is capable of.
Well, coming up on the 5th quarter, after the big clash at the Telstra Dome, of course, we'll have all the latest news on this shocking injury to Shane Crawford. A broken forearm, 2 broken bones, and he was in a lot of trouble at the MCG in Adelaide's big win at the MCG this afternoon.
Yeah, Wayne Carey was at his very best. Just on Crawford, he was taken to the Epworth. A great day for the Adelaide Crows, obviously. Crawford was taken to the Epworth. He was moved to the Mercy. They will operate him on that dual break tomorrow morning. Looks like plates will be inserted to both parts of the arm that are broken. It's an horrific injury for the Hawthorn skipper on a day that the sooner they can forget about that, the better, I reckon.
It was, they kicked the first 2 goals of the match, but the Crows ended up winning by 86 points. So it really was a comprehensive thumping at the MCG this afternoon. We'll have plenty more coming up also on the 5th quarter. Should be a great show. But for now, we'll go back after the break to the Telstra Dome. The Magpies by 3 points.
Some of my friends have part-time jobs, just normal jobs. When I tell them about my part-time job, they can't believe it. Sometimes I can't believe it myself. My name's Chris Daly. I'm a rifleman in the Army Reserve. I'm getting fit, but it's more than just having fun. I'm learning things you'd never experience in a normal job. And I'm learning a lot about myself too.
What a sweet,
what a treat, what a sweet surprise. You get a mouth-watering Whopper, regular Coke and fries, and a Kit Kat Chunky, all for $6.50. What a meal, what a deal. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
See how Victorian government schools are bringing learning to life.
Nihongo o Benkyo shite. It's fun to learn about different languages, and I'd like to go to Japan someday. Well, to do orienteering, you'd sometimes have a map and compass.
It's a lot more challenging, and you're really using your brain.
I came to this school last year, and I was amazed.
It's bright, the floors are beautiful, it just inspires you to dance.
Now there are so many reasons to choose a government school. 5,000 extra teachers and staff, better facilities, and the lowest average primary school class sizes on record. If you're thinking of enrolling your child, call 1800 555 181 for your free information handbook.
Yeah, definitely.
Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Internet that flies at $9.90 per month. Connect yourself with Dodo.
Join the Dodo Surfer monthly plan now, and for a limited time, you'll receive your first month's access for only $1 instead of $9.90. Available to new customers only. Call Dodo on 1300 666 330 or visit dodo.com.au. Unlimited hours for just $9.90 per month.
Dodo. Internet that flies at $9.90 per month. Connect yourself with Dodo.
$1 offer available for a limited time only.
All this week at Super Cheap Auto. Buy anything and you'll get this pocket screwdriver for free. Get some Enforcer 2-seat covers, $39 a pair. Or 5 litres of XLD Valvoline oil, just $12.99. And get a free pocket screwdriver.
I love sick days. Nothing to work on but getting well. Hey! No battling on. All the time in the world.
Just one Denizen gives you 12 hours continuous relief from the heaviest cold, so you can feel better while you get better.
What?
Now that's sick.
12-hour Denizen. Feel better while you get better.
My name's Chris Daly. I'm a rifleman in the Army Reserve. But I also play football. That's the great thing about the Army Reserve. It's great part-time work that fits around your life. It's a pretty awesome job.
The 2004 Toyota AFL Premiership season is proudly brought to you by our broadcast partners, Toyota. Carlton Draft, the beer behind footy. Harvey Norman, there's a store near you. Telstra Reward Options. And TAC, wipe off 5 or wipe out lives.
Welcome back to Telstra Dome. It's the Magpies by 3 points at half-time. No real injury worries at half-time, other than Shane Wakeland, who had a head wound looked at half-time. The match from ground level is a beauty. Plenty of spite off the board, plenty of intensity. These two teams are playing for a big win tonight. Their seasons are on the line. Back to you, boys.
Thanks to Stephen Silvani, the fullback in the team of the century. 312 games. 7 times an All-Australian, twice the best and fairest, but the most overqualified boundary rider in football history. But great to see Sauce down there tonight, and and the most overpaid too, I might add.
We're just a bit unlucky that it's not a freezing cold night, say at the MCG, so we can really enjoy it.
But there is the only man that's got any injury problem. Just a little clip on the head for Wakeland. Doesn't bother the footballers. Someone like you and me, Tim, we'd be in bed for a week.
Anthony Stevens starting on the interchange bench for the Kangaroos, and Daniel Motlop starting out on the ground. That's good.
Haven't used Sinclair much, have they, Rob?
No, they haven't. So there's certainly fresh legs there with Jess Sinclair.
Top possession earner in the match so far, so very much the emphasis on rotation and preservation.
Corey Jones hasn't had a lot of game time either for the Kangaroos. He's a quality player.
There's Josh Fraser, 7 disposals, 1 goal, 1.
And the ruckman interesting at this first bounce. It'll be Brown and Cameron Cloke.
Cameron Cloke. That is interesting. And look, you'll get a contest out of young Cameron, no doubt about that. Looking forward to seeing how he goes. And I think Mick Malthouse realising that he'll just share the responsibility with his tall young players. Let's see how he goes up against Lee Brown.
And Cloke did it beautifully, straight to McGough, whose kick was ineffective. Johnson head over the ball again, tackled by Sinclair. Colbert kicks a high ball, skews off the side of the boot. Rawlings couldn't mark. Here's Brown. Buffeted out of the way pretty easily in the end by Cloke. Lucuria intercepted by Wells, and we'll have a throw in.
Well, a couple of passages of play there in which Cameron Cloke acquitted himself very well.
It's early to make a call, but he looks as though he might have some promise in the role.
Well, he's dropped back to the half-back line to enable Josh Fraser to do the ruck work.
He got the hand onto the ball, but straight to Harris. So the Kangaroos build. Overshot the mark a little with the kick. Now Petrie, McKernan, Sinclair, not the intended target. Harvey and Shaw, Harris again, Sinclair again. Hard work this build-up for the Kangaroos. Rawlings. Motlop, good shove, but Cole just got a hand in there. Rocker now. Well, he's missed the target by 25 metres out there. Harvey and Shaw at it again. And Shaw's worked pretty hard tonight, and he did well then.
He did do well because Brent Harvey in those situations is very dangerous. You can see Lucuria running to show his appreciation.
McKernan against 2 Clokes. McGough to Lucuria. Kicks a high ball back into the middle. Didak, excellent grab. Possession number 14 coming up for Didak. Loves to play on. Sweeps the handball to another man who's been a star tonight. Johnson to Licuria. Back to Didak. Collingwood build here. He's caught on his wrong side, Didak. And subsequently the kick's a little bit ordinary. Socket off the ground by Swan into the forward pocket. Gutsy play by Archer. Gee, that was a fantastic hard ball get. Sainsbury to Simpson, and the Roos out of danger.
Yes, that's what the expression was coined for, really, isn't it? Bad bounce for Harris. I've got the numbers. Harris does it coolly for Wells, who makes a difficult bounce look like a good one. Sinclair now with Cloak coming at him hard, and got him pretty well.
Well, he did it well, and I think he did it fairly. Kangaroo supporters aren't happy. And you can see Jess Sinclair feeling it in the ribs.
McKernan and Cloak. Big strong body on Cameron Cloak. Harris again, he's been in the thick of it in the early minutes of this second half. Now Wells and Jones. Natural left footer. That's a lovely long ball for Motlop. Not quite able to hang on. He's been in the midst of it up there, but as yet hasn't contributed a goal. And Rocker is benched again. Sav, that is.
Well, the margin's the same as it was at half-time, as is the score. 45 plays 42. Mercuria another disposal. Quick hands to Owodu to Shaw. Sweeping handball to Johnson. Now back to Shaw. Collingwood running from half-back. Out into open spaces. Tarrant will get there first. Little give to Didak. Runs into heavy traffic. Lockyer tapped it back to Didak. Now Anthony Rocker. Clever little left foot toe poke. And Lockyer will have another shot at goal.
Well, it's about time he had a shot. I know he'd love to give it off if he could, but take on the responsibility. You're a good kick. Well set up by Anthony Rocker on that left boot.
I hope Gill's not stuck in a half-time queue.
And just have a look at Anthony Rocker. Touch off the left boot.
So Tarkin Lockyer is lining up. 44 goals in his 84-game career. And 1 point is the result. So the Pies, that's the first score of this third term, and the Pies lead by 4 points.
He just has been kicking at them a little anxiously, almost snatching at the ball on the kick. Now Simpson. McKernan the target. Cloak against Sinclair. Oh, he's lucky to come out of that with a free. He was in trouble had the whistle not gone, because he'd gone to ground, maybe by virtue of the push, and Sinclair was on his feet. Johnson, ball hanging in the air, but finding Cole. Now McGough. Collingwood starting to work it more fluently. Swan running for him through the corridor is Clement.
Good run by Clement, because he's playing at centre-half back on Petrie.
And on the lead is Burns. Brown with a big body in his path.
And we can see the Kangaroo runner there, and it's Andrew Wills, who used to play for Geelong, Fremantle, Western Bulldogs, and they used to call him the Flying Egg.
Why was that?
King. Oh, the kick is very ordinary. And Rocker, he can goal from here.
And that's why he's saying to the umpire, get Shannon Grant back onto the mark so that I can have a real crack at this.
Well, he'll line up from about, I reckon, kicking from about 60 metres out. Will he go the drop punt, or will he try the torpy?
I think he could do it with a drop punt.
That's what he's going to kick. So Rocker from about 60 metres out. That's a shank. And Brown knocks it over the line. Should have gone for the big torpy, Robert. So throw it in the forward pocket. And the Aggies by 4 points.
9 of the 12 goals kicked in this match came in the first quarter. Been hard going since. Everyone stood back there and waited. Now Burns. Well wrapped up by Sainsbury and gone. Boy, there wasn't a lot of prior opportunity. And that surely is what he is saying to umpire Rosebery. Sainsbury now for Rawlings with Rocker arriving hard. That's a free kick.
Brody, go around. Thanks, Dan. It's right there.
So time on called now, and he's able to go sideways to Archer. Oh, that's a bad kick. Fortunately for him, Sainsbury was in the way. Now Lucuria dropped the leg out in front of him. No free kick. That's extraordinary. You can imagine that might even be scrutinised. Loney standing his ground bravely.
Cameron Cloak, I think he got him with a knee, but he stood firm.
Kind of at the side of the jaw, I reckon. Paul Lucuria, one of the fairest players in the comp. Be very careful putting out that leg.
I think sometimes it is just...
It's just instinctive, isn't it?
It is.
Yep. This is young Ashley Watson. Goes up the middle. McKernan sets himself. Just misread the flight of the ball again. Just gets underneath the footy. Wakeland to Lucuria.
Number 17 by Lucuria.
To Burns. Oh, well done by Watt to smother, but Burns will get another crack at it. Now he drives it long. Kangaroos have got the extra number, and that man is down, but it's a shepherding free kick. Sucked in big time, said Troy Makepeace. Yeah, umpire Rosebery, did he make the right call?
Well, Tarrant...
I'd like to have a look at that again.
Got to have another look at it.
Tarrant from point-blank range.
It looked as if he was strangled, but was he touched at all?
Two gin and tonics, 2 vodkas and a scotch. 2 gin and tonics, 2 vodkas and a scotch. 2 gin and tonics, 2 vodkas and a scotch.
Yes?
5 figures, thanks.
Cougar, real smooth bourbon.
Didn't look to be much in that at all. Let's have another look.
That's
sucked in umpire. As Troy Makepeace said, sucked in umpire, and he was.
Well, there's a gimme goal for the Magpies.
Collingwood free kick. Now it's going to penalise the side. Play was continuous, surely.
Gee, I like the leap of Cameron Cloak. He's making a real fist of this chance to do some ruck work. Here he goes again.
He's big, he's young, and he's athletic.
But he's got some toe too. He outran Jess Sinclair before.
And he's got a nose for the contest, you fancy. Johnson for Tarrant on the half volley. Kangaroos under pressure now. Simpson off to Harris. Tarrant making the intercept. Harris again. Now Sainsbury. But Tarrant rather tigerishly.
2 tackles by Tarrant.
And it's Collingwood's ball. It's holding the ball. Well, that was an inspiring series of tackles from Tarrant.
Well, they just overdid the handball, the Kangaroos. This is the second tackle. That's the second tackle. But Tarrant just worked his butt off to create this opportunity for the Magpies. Kangaroos had about 5 quick handballs to each other at centre-half back. Let's have a look at the trip. Lucuria.
Well, they're going to have it, obviously. I mean, it's not dissimilar to the Justin Kaczynski one a couple of weeks ago, was it?
Is that up to Ian Robinson to have a look at that?
Correct.
It is. And Tarrant steers it through. Collingwood are on a roll.
the beer lover's light.
Corey McKernan back into the ruck, averaging 7 disposals a game. Well, he's already had that, and his captain put it on him to give them a bit more.
4 free kicks inside 50 to the Magpies in this game to 0, and from those 4 free kicks, they've kicked 3 goals, 1. So
no, he went down, and then Harrow coming straight away and blocked it up.
they have a bounce still inside the centre square. $16 points the margin. McKernan taps it to Harris. Kangaroos force it forward. Cole backed himself and won the contest.
Cameron Cloak.
Gene Simmons impersonation.
Have a look at the eyes. Oh, well, he's enjoying himself.
King somehow got it to Jones, who drives it long into the pocket. Motlop's underneath this one. He looks to play on. No doubt, but he just lost his balance and said, I'll go back, thank you.
It's called exploring the possibilities.
Yeah, a good player, and this is a good contest. We're seeing Daniel Motlop playing on Richard Cole. Cole takes his eyes off the ball, and he's in trouble from that point on.
So, important kick coming up for the Roos. Motlop, very, very tight angle. Runs around, right foot, around the body. 2 behinds this evening to Daniel Motlop.
And there's Anthony Stevens, who spent the first 10 minutes of this quarter on the interchange bench. He's only been on a minute, and he replaced Brent Harvey. And I think at this stage of the game, the Kangaroos need Harvey and Stevens both on the ground at the same time, because they are starting to get beaten in the midfield.
Clement to Wakeland, 2 good kicks releasing Loney. This is good for the Magpies. Not using his long kicking ability here. Rocket for Woden, just not hitting him cleanly, but he's in space. And that's a good delivery for Tarrant. It's happening for Collingwood now.
Inside 50s, 8-3 to the Magpies in this 3rd term. And Chris Tarrant will line up for his 3rd goal of the quarter. I actually think Woden was aiming for Lockyer. And Tarrant on the big lead, able to gobble it up.
A more difficult pocket for the left footer. $20 goals for the season. That won't add to his tally. Still alive. Fraser kept it in play. Didak could be dangerous here with his left foot. And he is. And Rocker, with his right foot, from outside 50, can be very dangerous.
Had a good look at the 2 rockers through the week, and 55% accuracy to the younger brother, 64% accuracy to Sab. That's understandable, because in this situation here, you're seeing the centre-half forward kick from a fair way out. Throughout Sab's career, most of his shots would have been from well within the 50-metre arc.
Kangaroos have kicked just 1 goal since quarter time. Collingwood have kicked 4, and Rocker trying to make it 5. It's a spectacular sight when he unloads from a long way, especially when he gets that result.
Sorry about this. What have I told you kids about music while we're eating?
KFC's Hot and Spicy is back, and with its feisty flavour and crunchy coating, it ain't no ordinary chicken.
And we see Drew Petrie playing at centre-half forward. Since quarter time, has touched the ball just once. Clement, his opponent, doing a fine job.
Magpies on a roll here. Pumped inside 50 again. Terrence! Great mark. They've taken the game by the throat. Terrence played on. He's got a snap. He walked off his line to pass. And he was called to play on. He's not happy with the decision. 2 goals, 3 tonight to Terrence.
Centre breaks are killing the Kangaroos. 11-4 in favour of Collingwood.
Tarrant can't complain about the decision. He can only complain about the interpretation. The rule is interpreted these days. If you shape to kick other than over the mark, the umpire shall call play on.
Walker's hurt himself, boys.
Here's Watson. We'll get to you shortly, Sauce. Grant to Harris as the Kangaroos build, desperately needing a goal. Wakeland just getting a finger in there. Jones now can't get free onto his left. Has to go non-preferred side. And there's the result. Sauce.
Yes, well, Anthony Rocca went to spoil that ball. He landed awkwardly on his ankle, and he just looks like he's just trying to run it out at the moment. There is a physio out to him.
That was the Tarrant play-on call. Rocca's going up to the forward pocket. Clement has the football for Collingwood, and they've got plenty of open space to work with. Here's Loney. He's got about 35 metres on his nearest opponent. Has a steadying bounce, chips it to half forward. Not the greatest of kicks. Leon Davis into the pocket. Too much on it. It's a disappointing finish by the Pies. What's happened here? Touch, says the umpire.
Where was it touched?
Rocca's still in a fair bit of distress off the ball with that ankle.
He may well come off.
Yep. Throw in, 45 out. McKernan caught a bit high. Oh, he's being pinged for dropping the ball. And now McKernan puts down. That should be 50.
Calm down.
Surely that was a high tackle. He was caught high. And he's been pinged without...
Well, if you take possession in the ruck contest, you are given very little time to dispose of it. But was he caught high? Well, we'll soon find out. Anthony Rocca has left the field. Guy Richards replaced him.
So 12-2 with the free kick since quarter time as Fraser comes in from 50 metres out. He likes it.
The Dunlop SP Sport 300E out-corners a conventional tyre. It out-brakes a conventional tyre. It out-handles a conventional tyre. Because of its revolutionary silica compound, the Dunlop SP Sport 300E is anything but conventional. What are your tyres made of?
And another ruckman for the Kangaroos. Let's not forget they've gone into this game without Porter. There he is.
Well, it's a high tackle.
It is a high tackle. It is a high tackle, and Collingwood fortunate.
And it just speaks to me of the lack of balance in the interpretations these days between protecting the man with the ball and punishing the player who actually takes possession of the football. Kangaroos desperately needing a goal now. But Loney, who's had a bit of it in the last couple of minutes. Rawlings beaten by Lucuria. Leon Davis did okay there. Hasn't played with a lot of confidence tonight. Could spark something here. And that's okay for Richards. Collingwood starting to play with some authority. 28 points to the good. And Corey McKernan doing time. He didn't give away a 50, although he was lucky that he didn't. Now that's a touch ball. Loney, awkward half volley, and Shannon Grant coming at him hard. Jones for Harris. Wells has to beat the field here. Brown arriving for him. Motlop at last. Still not. Hasn't been his night. 3 behinds. And the Kangaroos still 27 points down.
Clement does the kicking in. And some gaps starting to emerge for the Magpies to exploit. Johnson to Lucuria. This is disposal number 20 coming up for Lucuria. The dual best and fairest winner for the Magpies, Copeland Trophy winner. Davis trying to pick it up. Watt on hands and knees. Fed it out to Archer. So the Kangaroos fans not happy with the men in orange at the moment.
The numbers 17-8 Collingwood's way. Free kick wise. Harris working the ball out for the Kangaroos, and Brown a chance now. Watson running for him. Has some space and gets a shocking bounce. Has to go back and win it all over again. Ridden into the ground.
Stevens on his own, boys.
And that's where he's headed. And the 280-game veteran can line them up and kick the goal that his team desperately needs. They are goalless in this quarter. Just one since quarter time. And Shane Wakeland falling into his back. Not into it in the first instance with the tackle, but falling on top of him. It constitutes a push in the back.
Magpies should have a player on the goal line. They don't.
Careless. He's hooked it a long, long way, and the face said it all.
Takalaki sits down for a break. Things just going skewy for the Roos at the moment. Pies by 26 points. Loney with the football. And he goes short to Johnson. To half back, Burns. Now Cole. We'll switch back to the Dockland side. Looking for Swan. Petrie gets there. Stevens. Calling for a free kick. None forthcoming.
Well, Severio Rocker is the ruckman for the Kangaroos. He's playing a kick behind the action. And Guy Richards has gone with him.
Jones fed it out to Simpson. It's an ordinary kick. Backing himself is Clement. And riding shotgun was Davis. Goes out wide to Didak. Big Shepherd by Locken. Allows Didak to kick to Tarrant. Too far out to score. He's about 60 from goal. So Chris Tarrant kicked 2 goals, 3 for the evening.
Cameron Cloak pushing hard to the goal square to be a long option for him.
Loney having a good quarter, doing a lot of running off half-back. Collingwood playing with much more confidence and assertiveness. He's been forced to kick short most times this quarter, and he is again here. There was nothing on offer down in the 50. So it's Ben Johnson, major contributor through the first half.
Since quarter time, the Kangaroos have kicked 1 goal, 5 behinds.
Johnson goes via the cape, but does it pretty well. Tarrant from the side, waiting down Davis, starting to get into this game. Could be dangerous here. Well tackled by Shannon Watt. But Collingwood hold it in, looking to add to its 26-point lead late in the quarter.
And Paul Lucuria leading the field. He's had a wonderful third term with 9 disposals. Run his heart out.
Lucuria 20 disposals, Didak 19, Johnson 19 for the Magpies, while for the Roos 19 to Simpson and 16 each to King and Stevens. Rocker the tap. Swan fed out the handball. Harris is there for the Roos. Swan again. Woden. Johnson. Across the face. Another throw in. But this will suit the Magpies. They've got a handsome lead now. In the context of this game, 26 points is a big buffer. They can improve on that right here.
And Big Sav leaving the field, replaced by Little Harvey.
Fraser out of the ruck, touched off the boot. Play on. McGough rushed behind.
All clear.
And at the other end of the ground, absolutely, well, there is now somebody inside the Kangaroos attacking 50, but there's a lot of space.
Well, they've only got two forwards, really, and that is Motlop and Lee Brown.
Oh, Makepeace has kicked it straight to McGough. And that might be the moment when it really falls apart for the Kangaroos. Normally a lovely, precise deliverer of the ball, Troy Makepeace.
If he kicks this goal, expect to see some big celebrations from the man with the footy.
They lead by 27. He won't be celebrating that. They lead by 28. What was happening, Rob?
Oh, he just loves the goal, Tim. He's not a great kick. Reads the play very well. Still a teenager. Tough, but his kicking does let him down.
Harvey to Archer. To Grant. Now Sinclair at half back. Kangaroos have got to attack. Kicks to the vacant half-forward area. Brown bowls over Cole. Collingwood get numbers back. Richards. And he finds Cameron Cloak.
Had a good quarter, Cameron Cloak.
Out wide to Maxwell. And he goes back to Cloak.
It's been a promising quarter on his behalf for the Collingwood Football Club. He has some real presence about him on the ball.
Well, he's had 5 disposals, playing mainly as a ruckman in this third quarter. That'd be his best quarter ever in AFL.
So Shane Woden has it, and the Pies are going to run down the clock here. So it's going to be a very handy 28-point buffer at three-quarter time. So Mark to Petrie. And kicks away the ball in disgust, and that just about summed up the Roos quarter, Robert.
Well, it did, Stephen. They were beaten out of the centre. Cameron Cloak had a good quarter. They got something out of their tall forwards in Anthony Rocker and Chris Tarrant. I thought Scotty Burns was really good. Wakeland across the half-back line with Clement were just about impassable. Kangaroos cannot get a tall forward to take a mark and kick a goal. And Collingwood, Tim, with a 4-goal quarter, have broken the game open.
It's 4-4 to 3 behinds, and since quarter time, Collingwood's way 6-9 to 1-5. At the last change, the Magpies lead by 28 points.
Dreaming of the things I learned about a boy who's leaving, nothing else to chance again.
From 70,000, we're down to the final 2. Sunday, it's TV's ultimate showdown as Fantasia and Diana fight for the Idol crown. Who will win? The nail-biting season finale. American Idol, 6 o'clock Sunday.
Uncle Mick, is $19,990 a good price for a Toyota Corolla?
Well, love, it all depends on how many Ks it's done and what year.
Oh, it's brand new.
Brand new? A Toyota Corolla? Manual from 1990 with air. How do they do it for the dough?
It's Toyota's biggest event of the year with top-selling Corolla Ascent still just $19,990. That's class-leading value.
These blokes really do mean business.
I've never used a car air freshener until Eagle One came up with fantastic new Everfresh. Adjustable, long-lasting, and very fresh. Try Everfresh. You'll know what I mean.
Why what a sweet, what a treat.
What a sweet surprise. You get a mouth-watering Whopper, regular Coke and fries, and a Kit Kat Chunky all for $6.50.
What a meal, what a deal.
The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Cooking your rice in water won't add flavour. Add some real magic with 100% natural real stock from Campbell's.
You got your magic on. Everywhere I go, you got your magic on me.
So instead of water,
Just in time.
add a dash of magic to your meals with real stock from Campbell's. Campbell's.
Discover Michelin's passion for innovation. We've created tyres that last longer and tested them for ultimate comfort. Discover comfort mile after mile with the energy range from Michelin. Michelin. Discover a new driving experience.
Footy pie. Footy pie. Footy pie. Footy pie. Footy pie. Footy pie. Footy pie.
Don't get confused. Nothing has the kick of a Balfour's original footy pie, the official pie of the AFL.
See you later. Bye.
Thanks.
The wait is finally over. Returning June 7th to 10, the Fat Five are back with a fresh batch of all new episodes. New Queer Eye returns June 7th to 10.
Kangaroos have got the job ahead of them here in this vital round 10 clash at the Telstra Dome. Magpies have a very healthy 28-point lead at the last break. 10-13, 73 to 6-9, 45. The Roos have only kicked one goal since quarter time. For the Pies, 3 to Rocker, 2 to Tarrant, who lifted in that third term. King is the only multiple goal scorer for the Kangaroos. Fresh legs. Sinclair hasn't been used much. I guess he's probably the highest profile running player there.
Well, I'd certainly have Sinclair on and Jones on in this final quarter, but their forward line has been in disarray since quarter time. And Steve Silvani, full back of the century, what have you made of the Kangaroos forward setup?
Well, really, they started to pull players back behind their ball. They started to stack their back half, which left their forward line undermanned. Very few times did they have forwards in their forward 50, and the Collingwood players just ran the ball out of their back half, which gave their forwards every opportunity. They need to get some structure back into their forward line, the Kangaroos.
Look at the Magpies here, Robert and Tim, just in a really close huddle, egging each other on. This is a strange statement, you might think. I still think they can make, if they can win tonight, which they're headed to, I reckon they can still make the finals, the Pies.
I think they'll win more games than they lose as we get towards round 22. Because they've been knocked around with injury. Quality players like Tarrant have been out, Buckley have been out. What a difference it makes when you get a Burns and a Frazier coming back in, as we've seen. And Anthony Rocker, he tested that injured ankle at three-quarter time. Obviously not all that happy with it.
The way it's so even with the bottom half of the eight, I mean, 10, 11 games might get you in this year.
Yeah, well, 4 wins from 9 is enough at the moment, with a bit of percentage. So Collingwood with a 3rd win tonight, 12 matches to come if they could win 9 of them. They are just about part of September again, but a long way to go yet. Good smother, Grant, and the ricochet to Simpson. That's a touch ball, not that anyone was going to mark it. Petrie. Kangaroos needing something special in this final quarter. Wells, good placement here, although Davis is arriving. Couldn't lay a glove on it. And David King, 65 out, would love to find a way through. That's better. Rawlings can line them up from inside 50.
Did what Robert Walls hates, Tim. He turned his back.
Well, just what they need is a goal, though, from the Kangaroos. And again, Daniel Wells, the man with the footy on the wing, able to find David King with a long pass. And if he gets this, well, you never know. We might get a revival from the Kangaroos.
Those low-scoring matches can be a bit misleading, because if he kicks this, they're only 22 points down. They've been one from there. Good start. Rawlings kicks the goal.
Jump into Bunnings Warehouse for the lowest prices every day. Like tub with rope handles, just $9.98. Two-step household ladder, $19.97. 1800-watt electric blower vac, $59.90. Jumbuck outdoor gas heater, $199. 2000-watt fan heater, $15.98. Pack of 4 power boards, only $7.98. If you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Well, the Kangaroos have set up differently in this third quarter. They have gone with a smaller forward line with both McKernan and Severio Rocker on the bench.
So just what the doctor ordered for the Roos. They got the first of the quarter. Wells finds Sainsbury. Colbert. And his kick finds Stevens. Back to Wells. He's got to run and attack the Kangaroos. Well, this is one of the men that can do just that. Wells backs himself, gets past one Collingwood tackle, then does a complete 360. Back to Stevens. Jones got pushed out by Clement. Umpire let it go, and Clement marks it half back.
Has it got the carry? It hasn't. Brown standing tall in front of Tarrant.
Just didn't connect with it properly, James Clement.
Once again, they're taking it backwards. From the ball up following the Rawlings goal, they must have had 8 or 10 possessions as they took the ball back to their half-back line and eventually lost it only about 15 or 20 metres forward of the centre. Stevens to Brown. Now, long delivery, but nothing there. Now there is Jones, non-preferred side, and the bounce kills him. Should have been a goal. Should have nailed that.
Well, they've dominated play. We're only 4 minutes in. 20 possessions to 1 Kangaroos way. As Tim said, a lot of them going sideways and backwards, but nevertheless controlling the ball.
And here's another chance as Sainsbury bangs it back inside 50. Clement the spoiler, Lockham the spoils. Now Shaw, and the Magpies out of trouble. McGough takes the mark. Here's a bad miss from Jones. And now Collingwood on the ball in the midfield. Richards to Wakeland, forced to kick hurriedly. Front and centre was Burns. Oh, here's a chance for Tarrant, one out. Tarrant's got Davison support. Oh, he's got it. Big goal for the Pies.
Life should be simple. When you give, you should receive. If you have an eligible Telstra home phone, plus any 2 of these eligible services bundled on a single bill, Telstra will give you $25 of calls between your household phones every month. Isn't it nice to get something back? To find out how you can get more great value from Tea Time, call 1800 309 230 now.
Well, his second half of the third quarter looked as though it was building to something, and it's built to an important goal for Collingwood. The Magpies still well in charge of this contest.
Thanks, Lee.
Margin 27 points. Rocker Jr. sidelined for the time being. Richards and Brown with Simpson climbing in. McGough reading it well off the pack. Makepeace well tackled by Fraser. Burns grafting hard. Harris, now Lucuria and Grant. Good pressure from Didak. Davis dangerous again. Now there's a whistle and it's a Kangaroo free kick against Didak.
Just
Shannon
Didak
Grant's ball.
continued on with the tackle.
Shannon.
Shannon Grant for his 16th disposal to the wing, and a solid mark in front. Taken by Burns.
Thanks. Hold that, hold.
Scott Burns. To Locken. And he's got Richards on, short. Takes the mark and plays on. Into the pocket. Tarrant's double teamed. Sinclair off the pack to Stevens. Ducked ahead. Geez, tried his heart out tonight as always. Long kick back to the wing. Motlop to Wells. Wells now looking for Jones. One out with Clement over both the head. Now the chase is on. Jones against Clement. Well played, James Clement. Oh, that professional defensive stuff. Doesn't quite find touch, but sure does.
Well, it was a one-on-one contest, a real one-on-one contest. And you can just see he got the half body length, a little bit of strength to push Corey Jones out of the way. Quick on the boot to the boundary line for safety, and Reece Shaw able to get it over. Fraser off and Anthony Rocker on.
Shaw up and under. Simpson. Jones again a chance. But Wakeland to Lucuria with Burns running for him inside. He has Swan out on the wing. Cameron Clark runs towards midfield for him. There's one offering, he ignores that.
What that does is take Glenn Archer out of the Kangaroo defence.
Now Davis, who, after being almost unsighted for 2.5 quarters, has become quite a presence. Woden and Tarrant. Woden waits down. Plenty against him. Simpson. And Archer unable to keep it in.
And Glenn Archer, look, he's battled his heart out. Only had the 8 disposals, not the impact player that he once was. And that's to be expected. Been a battering ram for his team for a decade or more.
Rocker the tap to Woden. Around the body. It's an up and under. And well marked by Watt. Plays on straight away. Now here's a chance for the Roos. Quick break. Watson. If he can pick it up. Oh dear. Well, that's the second claim from Ashley Watson, who bounced in the 3rd term and lost it and just couldn't pick it up there.
And Guy Richards goes over to tell him that that wasn't such a good effort, and Guy Richards just should pull his head in, because he's a young bloke trying to learn how to play the game himself.
And as the newspaper headline writers might have it, not so elementary for Watson. Rawlings. Motlop with the run at it. Kangaroos not really going anywhere. Still just 2 goals since quarter time. A good crowd at Telstra Dome again. I don't know whether they're going to get one of those thrilling finishes that just about lifts the roof off, but they have seen a pretty intense match. Collingwood's midfield working hard. Grant, though, matching them. Now Rawlings. Good try by Simpson, and King riding shotgun for him. Now here's the veteran. Can he do it? Can he go all the way? No, he does the team-oriented thing, as he's done all his career, and Daniel Wells, with plenty of courage, can line them up.
It's a 50, let me deal with it. It's a 50, let me deal with it, okay?
It's a 50, so it is a certain goal.
Smart play by Glenn Archer. Just drew the opponent, waited till someone came at him. You can see Wakeland. And then just a little chip pass. And Clement arriving late, and the umpire saying that'll cost you 50 metres.
So Wells kicks the goal. The Kangaroos not quite done with.
The Toyota Prado VX has hill start assist control, so you can climb at 42 degrees from a standing hill start. Downhill assist control, ABS, and emergency brake assist. And finally, another essential four-wheel drive feature, downhill assist control in reverse. Driver assist technology, only from Toyota.
And this is where Watson fumbled and stumbled, and the ball eventually ran out of bounds. And Guy Richards coming over to have his say. When you've only played a handful of games, I think you're better off to shut your mouth.
Here come the Roos. We know their fighting qualities. King from long range. Bombs away. But Cole gets there for the Pies. 21 points Collingwood lead. Got an enormous tick of the Kangaroos, so all is not lost yet, but they've got to get a move on. That's a mark to Lockyer. He's paid the mark, so there's no advantage. Target Lockyer on centre wing. Looks for Richards, too tall, plays on. Handballs to Cloak, Archer's there, so is Brown. And now Archer has dealt with Cloak.
You've got to admire Cameron Cloak in this situation. 50 metres against Archer. You've got to admire Cameron Cloak because he was prepared to get hit to win the football. He could have taken the ball early and ducked out of the way. He kept himself open. And he will end up kicking a much-needed goal for the Magpies.
In fact, it was Brown who transgressed with the high tackle. I think the 50 was against Archer, not quite sure. So Cloak from point-blank range kicks his first goal in league footy.
Double-hopped Sterling, the beer lover's light.
The Magpies with the answers. And they have this in safekeeping. Barring a miraculous Kangaroo revival. Maxwell turning into the King tackle, but Johnson cutting through like a knife. Woden now.
Right off.
Been a good contest tonight, Woden and Adam Simpson.
Cloak again. Had a very impressive second half.
I don't think the Kangaroos have paid Cameron Cloak respect.
Back to Johnson, whose stats continue to mount. He's beyond 20. Now Richards said he should keep his mouth shut, Rob. When your name's Richards and you're wearing a black and white jumper, perhaps by tradition it's very difficult.
Lou's not his grandfather, is he?
Now Cole. Collingwood going via the Cape here. Remember, this started with Cloak over on the other half-forward flank. They've brought it back behind the centre. Cole kicking from about 15 or 20 metres behind a line drawn across the centre. Swan, a fine mark.
That's it, Jess.
Where does he go? Crowded 50. Tough one for a young player. Locken gives him a logical one.
You get the feeling that the message must have gone out just to keep control of the ball, deny the Kangaroos a chance.
Davis, not quite. Brown to Colbert, to Simpson. Kangaroos' biggest possession earner, as he usually is, and he'll just about play to his season's average of 28. He's currently on 23. Colbert now dangerous. Tarrant got a hand in there without conceding a free, and he might really punish Archer here. Woden. Swan with 3 against him. And Watt breaks clear for the Roos.
Now here's a break. Wells. To half forward. Oh, it's a poor kick. Chopping it off as Richards at half back.
Unlike Daniel Wells.
And Woden takes the mark on the wing. Lucuria, who's run his heart out all night, along with Ben Johnson.
Glenn Archer off, Baird on.
And Lucuria loads up to the tip of the goal square. Davis from the side, got both hands on it. Didak plays a bit of soccer. Rocker attacks it. And they'll have a bounce 10 metres out from the Magpie goals.
Didak did play a bit of soccer. His arms were pinned. The only limb that he had available was a leg, so he just tried to caress the ball in front of him. And talented young man.
Brown slaps it. Harvey has had a quiet night by his standards. Gives it to Stevens on the left to the wing. Cole read it nicely. And has been awarded the mark.
The outstanding mark, and good cool head to actually stop himself and take advantage of what he'd achieved. Here's Cloak again.
Mick Malthouse would be really pleased that so many of his young players have got a lot of the ball tonight.
No one on the mark. They're inviting him to play on, although Jones is lurking. Cole again, and Collingwood maintaining possession, soaking up time.
Well, they've just run the clock down for the last 4 minutes with a series of short passes.
Lucuria still accumulating. Now, Brown went to ground. Tarrant took the mark. It's his ball. Tarrant with 2 third-quarter goals. Here's the juggle from Richard Cole, and rather than running on with a full head of steam, he quite sensibly just put on the brakes. Now Tarrant lining them up. Oh, that's a lovely kick. He has 3. The Magpies are home.
You never know what other drivers might do. That's why for every 5 Ks over the 60 limit, your risk of crashing doubles. Wipe off 5 or wipe out lives.
And that's a rare sight to see Brent Harvey sitting on the interchange bench with about 6 minutes to go in this game. But he has just had a horror night. Only had the 10 disposals, all of them under pressure.
Collingwood into attack again. Colbert with the flight of the ball. Has taken the mark. What a brave player he is. Speaking of brave, got to decide on the Jason McCartney medal tonight. Of course, the inaugural winner last year was Anthony Rocker. Robert, votes please. Not on air, but you got to write them down.
Well, I'm just casting my eye. You shouldn't look at stats, but it's hard not to.
Well, this guy's certainly got to be in the running. Ben Johnson has had a wonderful night. Look at him putting his foot on the gas. Over to Lucuria. Awkward looking kick. It's inside Collingwood's 50. There's Watt. And he goes out wide to Rawlings.
Rawlings to Stevens. And Watson with good hands there after that little fumble a while ago that Guy Richards let him know about. Now Sinclair, sparingly used tonight. And he gets a result. And the big Sav can go back and line them up. It's the Magpies' night, and they're starting to strut their stuff for the cameras.
Joffa, the celebrity now,
He was very quiet. He was very quiet for a long while. He's just starting to come out.
A fair bit of dust on that jacket.
Big Sav, just the 2 marks. And this will be his 5th kick. No goals.
Hasn't added to his career tally of 641 in the top 20 all time. And that's why he is a lovely kick.
Sunday is Channel 10's new hit series, NCIS.
What do we got? Seawater in the stomach, foam in the trachea. Classic death by drowning.
In the deep end of the ocean lays a mystery only NCIS can solve.
Look at these marks.
A mystery so bizarre, you'll have to see it to believe it.
I didn't kill him, sir.
And with every great mystery, there's always an excellent twist.
You want the crew of this ship to die?
NCIS, following Criminal Intent, Sunday.
Five to go here at the Telstra Dome, and Rocker again. Excellent mark, and he'll line up directly in front, 45 out.
Well, you'd expect him to kick it. That last kick was a beauty. Absolute pure kicking action. Just uses his bulk to keep Wakeland out of the contest and lets the ball just about land on his toenails before he's able to secure it.
So a couple of quickies perhaps coming up here for Sav Rocker. Ooh, he might have missed that one. He has.
And this is probably the last time that Sav and Anthony will share a football field together. They only played 4 years of football as teammates at Collingwood, 97 to 2000.
Johnson again, and that is a precision kick. With Rocker bearing down on Lockyer, who's out there for the dying minutes of the match. Just beats the smother with his kick. There's another man who knows how to dispose of the ball with his foot, James Clement. For Anthony Rocker. On the rebound now. Well, he's done that deliberately onto Sinclair's boot. Played for it.
You're giving him credit for that, are you? He probably did mean it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Just goes to show the value of those yellow footballs in the warm-up.
Knew you'd sneak that in somewhere during the night. Maxwell. Didak has been slick. Swan. Back to Didak again. Oh! Down goes McGough, courtesy of Anthony Stevens. Well, it was, as players converge.
It was a hospital handball that his teammate gave him. Handball from the teammate didn't help McGough.
Mark McGough. Good old-fashioned hip and shoulder from Anthony Stevens.
And the point of contact will warrant.
Well, he's in the air, wasn't he? Yeah. He was in the air. To Rocker. Now what's happened here? Umpire's bringing it back.
Can't come in the area.
Can't come in the area.
Protected 5-metre area.
"36 players in one half of the ground."
Well, the rule says you're not supposed to have both feet off the ground. Is that how I stand?
I don't know whether the rule says that, but if you do,
it's
I mean,
interpretation,
there's a chance that you make contact with the head and then you face the consequences.
McGough, short. And Jason Cloak should go back and have a shot.
Have a shot. His brother kicked a goal. Kick one yourself. Just had the 2 disposals tonight. Started up forward, quickly went back. Drew Petrie, too good for him. James Clement then did the job on Petrie. And Jason Cloak spent a lot of time on the interchange.
Yeah, that's a point to Jason Cloak. Now, Collingwood are going to move on to 3 wins, 7 losses this season. Kangaroos 4 and 6.
Well, it makes a big difference to Collingwood when their tall, talented timber is all available up forward. Oh, and a play on there coming unstuck from Brown. Poor kick under pressure, although Baird will be able to mop it up. And now Wells. Reaching the centre line and delivering awkwardly for McKernan. Grant. Motlop. No one to give it to. Pinched out of his hands. Pickpocketed by Cole. The artful dodger. Loney tied up. McGough staged a full recovery by the look of it and finds himself at the bottom of another pack.
And there's a forlorn Brent Harvey. He just has to work his way through this form slump.
Next 4 weeks for Collingwood. West Coast at home. Melbourne at the G. That's the Queen's birthday match.
They've had a big edge in those games in recent seasons.
Looking forward to Collingwood, Sydney at Telstra Stadium. A couple of old scores perhaps to be settled there. Lucuria. Now Colbert. Well, they're playing out time here, but Collingwood keep their finals chances alive. Rawlings wobbles one to half forward, and it's Cole as Motlop goes crook at him.
This fellow with the footy, Richard Cole, barring injury, should play 200 games for the Magpies.
It's a big rap.
I'm very, very keen on him. I think he's good overhead, attacks the ball with a lot of strength, good kick.
Well, he's played 10 this year, and he's been good through some fairly tough times.
You mentioned, Tim, the quality tall forwards. 3 goals from Tarrant, 3 goals from Anthony Rocker. At the other end of the ground, you get 1 from Petrie and 1 from Sav. So just the 2 goals from the big forwards in the Kangaroo lineup. That's really hurt them.
Collingwood fiddling with it here, but managing to hold on to it. And 2 from Josh Fraser too, which I think is telling. He's been back, and he adds that extra dimension. Lucuria.
He's played a wonderful game too, Paul Lucuria.
Just keeps on accumulating. His first quarter and a half was relatively quiet. I remember commenting on his stats, but Collingwood string 2 wins together as they defeat the Roos by 27 points. As well as the 27-point victory to Collingwood tonight, we have the Jason McCartney medal to hand out. Last year it was that man, Anthony Rocker, as he goes and gives his brother a hug. Who's going to win it tonight? Let's go down to Steve Silvani and Jason McCartney with the winner.
Well, we do have an award to hand out tonight. It is the Jason McCartney medal for the most courageous player on the ground. And Jason, can you please award the medal to Ben Johnson?
Congratulations, Ben. Well done, mate.
Just a few questions, Ben. Well done, you're having an outstanding year. You had another great game tonight, but you must be wrapped the way the boys played.
Yeah, we really came out hard tonight. We just wanted to get the two wins in a row. Hopefully it kicks off a few more wins for this season, get us into the finals.
Now, you broke it open after in the third quarter, but I thought your midfield was outstanding.
Yeah, Licker, well, he really ran hard all day. We had other blokes did half forward. He really stepped up tonight. It was a good team effort.
And the return of Tark and Lockyer must have been an emotional lift before the start of the game.
Oh, mate, the bloke's gone through that much in the last 2 years, and for him to come back today was just a great effort.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Well done to Ben Johnson. 25 disposals tonight. He was the best, but I thought he was very brave in the first half. He ran hard, he set it up, he put his head down, Rob.
He did, and you'd expect nothing less from Ben Johnson, one of the rising young stars in this Collingwood lineup. And as we mentioned, been given a lot of responsibility to play in the midfield, highly respected by his teammates because of the courage with which he plays. And that man in picture, Tark and Lockyer, I think he's had a fantastic return to senior footy. Spelled a little bit towards the end. Have a look at the smile on the face. The amount of hours that he has put into his rehabilitation after injuries, well, you just wouldn't know.
12 disposals, 5 marks and a behind to Tark and Lockyer tonight. So well done to the Magpies. Just keep their slim hopes alive.
Well, Nathan Buckley, how far away is he? You wouldn't think it'd be any more than maybe 2 more weeks.
There it is. Great shots of Tark and Lockyer going down. Let's go to Jill Lockyer now in the crowd. She's all wired up. Jill, congratulations. Your son got through all right.
Oh, absolutely. And we're just thrilled that we got through the game. Yeah, okay.
Shots of you early. We had a couple of shots of you early, but you saw you couldn't even look when he was having a shot at goal.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I was just saying, you couldn't even look early in the game when he was having a shot at goal.
Oh, could you see me?
Yes, we could.
Yeah, it was a bit nervy. But anyway, that's history now, isn't it?
It is. And how did you get through the game? All right?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Good on you, Jill. Well done.
Thank you.
So well done to the Pies. Well done to Tark and Lockyer. Mum's happy. I'm sure Mick Malthouse is happy. Here's the song.
Not going in the middle.
For the good old Collingwood! Come on, boys.
8:30 Sunday.
What's out there?
The one thing all cops hate is a cop killer. The one thing Goran loves is a killer challenge.
It's interesting how his mind works.
All new Criminal Intent. 8:30 Sunday on 10.
Life should be simple. When you give, you should receive. If you have an eligible Telstra home phone, plus any 2 of these eligible services bundled on a single bill, Telstra will give you $25 of calls between your household phones every month. Isn't it nice to get something back? To find out how you can get more great value from Tea Time, call 1-800-309-230 now.
Wouldn't it be nice if the world was cat-free? Driving in the car would be a tasty treat. Changing gear will soon become a problem. Cadbury dairy milk is so good to eat. When you arrive at your destination, you'll be greeted with an exclamation. Wouldn't it be nice?
You're a dog.
Coca-Cola has always helped friends stay in touch, and nothing's changed. Head into any participating outlet with 15 labels of specially marked Coca-Cola bottles, and for just $50, you can get a Motorola C201 with $10 Telstra prepaid credit. The Coke phone. Get it while you can.
Imagine you could be in control of how you watch your sport. You could turn on the game, choose to watch it from here, or here, or all at once. Even the highlights so far or the statistics on your favourite player.
Foxtel Digital is available now from just $12 to $22 per week. Call 131-787.
It's called Sports Active on Foxtel Digital, and you can get it on your TV right now. With this, Foxtel Digital. Call 131-787 now.
I love sick days. Nothing to work on but getting well. Hey! No battling on. All the time in the world.
Just one Denizen gives you 12 hours continuous relief from the heaviest cold, so you can feel better while you get better. What?
Now that's sick.
12-hour Denizen. Feel better while you get better.
You want to hang out cool? Hang loose now at Spend Less Shoes. Good looking fashion, $14.95 a pair. Fashion, sport and retro casuals, only $19.95 a pair. Spend Less Shoes. Hang in to hang out.
What's wrong? Babe, your hair's clogging up the drain. Can you please do something?
Advanced Hair Studio can solve your hair loss problem. 100% guarantee.
Call 1-800-800-500 now.
Want a hot night on Rove? Need the body?
Don't go anywhere!
9:30 Tuesday, go one-on-one with Elle McPherson. Comedian Judith Lucy and Sarah McLachlan performs. Rove Live, 9:30 Tuesday.
Well, this game had just about everything tonight. It was tight for 3 quarters or 2.5 quarters, but the Magpies just started to take control in the third term, and in the end won by 27 points to keep their their finals hopes alive in season 2004. 13-14-92 to 9-11-65 was the final score here at Telstra Dome, in front of a very good crowd too of almost 45,000 people. The two big guns for the Pies both kicked 3, Tarrant and Rocker. Fraser kicked a couple also. The only multiple goal scorer for the Roos was David King, who kicked 2 goals in the first term. Here's the Collingwood rooms, and well, pretty satisfied. The Magpies, that I would have thought, particularly with the performance of some of the young guns. Cameron Cloak showed a bit in the second half, didn't he, Robert?
It's the best I've seen him play. He got his first goal. They gave him a turn in the ruck. He played across the half-forward line. Look, he's big and he's strong and he's aggressive, and that hit there on Jess Sinclair was a beauty. He just wants to be out there. And, yeah, I think they've got a player in Cameron Cloak coming through.
Now, Guy Richards was the Rising Star nomination last week. You gave him a bit of a spray during the game when he gobbed off at Ashley Watson, but nevertheless, he's got plenty of ability for a young boy.
He's got plenty of spirit, hasn't he? And look, ruckman like to ruck, and he's been given the opportunity in the absence of Josh Fraser. Fraser coming back into the team tonight, but only rucked sparingly. Guy Richards has been able to get out there and play in the midfield. You get a little bit of freedom as a ruckman, and he's certainly enjoying that. So just good to see the development of some of these young Magpie players. Richard Cole, I mentioned, across half-back. I thought he played a really good game.
Tarkin Lockyer doing an after-match interview. Look, the coach would be pleased, he'd be pleased, Mum was obviously pleased. He got through the game. That was the most important thing tonight.
Well, he did. He got through the game, and look, we've seen Tarkin Lockyer as the kick-in specialist for the Magpies over recent seasons. His confidence in his kicking wasn't quite there, but that'll build. I thought Paul Lecurry was really good for the Magpies. He helped set them up. Didact, clever, creative, and 2 wins in a row to the Magpies. And we heard Ben Johnson say when he won the medal that that was the goal, to get a couple in a row.
And there's a man in the background. He'll be back, if not next week, the week after, and there's skipper Nathan Buckley. Another break at Telstra Dome. The Magpies home by 27 points. We'll be back to wrap up shortly.
In the deep end of the ocean lays a mystery only NCIS can solve.
Look at these marks.
And with every great mystery, there's always an excellent twist.
We want the crew of this ship to die!
NCIS, Sunday on 10.
Every cigarette is doing you damage.
Chemicals from tobacco smoke get into your bloodstream and can damage the delicate blood vessels inside your eye. We now know that smoking is a major cause of irreversible blindness. Every cigarette is doing you damage.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie.
Don't get confused. Nothing has the kick of a Balfour's original footy pie, the official pie of the AFL.
This belongs on the runway. Hidden handles. Flaps up. Smooth, round corners, so it won't hurt the other bags. All terrain. Feel it.
How's the added grip?
I could move these all day.
May I?
At Virgin Blue, we love what we do, with low fares and great service by compromise.
Imagine you could be in control of how you watch your sport. You could turn on the game, choose to watch it from here, or here, or all at once. Even the highlights so far or the statistics on your favourite player.
Foxtel Digital is available now from just $12 to $22 per week. Call 131-787.
It's called Sports Active on Foxtel Digital, and you can get it on your TV right now. With this, Foxtel Digital. Call 131-787 now.
To get important information about your destination, visit smarttraveller.gov.au. It's a must-see destination for smart travellers. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
This crispy chicken focaccia has a bellissimo toasted focaccia, a dollop of sour cream combined with some lovely lettuce, man, and a real breast of chicken. I'm loving it, mate.
Hello? Look, I want to quit smoking.
Sure, well, you've taken the first step. That's great.
Planning ahead is really important.
And I could send you a quick book if you'd like.
Make World No Tobacco Day, May 31st. Your day to quit.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
There's only one night a week these guys get to blow off some steam. Wednesday, they'll be kicking up a storm.
Somebody help me!
It's Unseen, Unbuttoned, Uncut. 9:30 Wednesday.
James Clement talking to the skipper, Nathan Buckley. Be pretty happy tonight. 27-point winners, the Magpies, over the Kangaroos, who've lost 6 of their last 7. I guess the only negative for the Magpies not as the Paul Lucuria incident. They'll have to look at that. There's the trip, and it can be so instinctive, Rod, but nevertheless, it's against the rules.
Well, it is instinctive. He gets wrong-footed, he throws the leg out. I would think that they would look at that through the week. I think they should.
Now, Corey McKernan got a big rocket from Adam Simpson.
He did.
Quickly, did he rise to the challenge tonight, Corey?
No, he didn't. He's been averaging 7 possessions a game. He got 8. He had 7 till half-time, only got 1 in the second half. I think he was disappointing.
All right, so the Magpies, 27-point winners tonight. It was Ben Johnson winning the Jason McCartney medal, and I think we all agree that was a pretty good win.
Oh, he was wonderful. Paul Lucuria was good. Scotty Burns and Josh Fraser, some of the old school back, that certainly helped.
Hope you enjoyed the game. Good night.
Hi, Michael Christian here. Stay tuned for all the latest football news coming up on the 5th quarter, right after the break.